All right, we are live. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Dr. Delay, play-by-play with Dr. Delay. I, of course, am Dr. Delay. We've got good old-fashioned NL Central rivalry. I messed that up. Oh, well, it is what it is. But we got some NL Central baseball as the Pittsburgh Pirates take on the St. Louis Cardinals and, of course, St. Louis. ESPN actually giving them the Cardinals a 70% chance to win tonight, and well, you can kind of see why. The Pirates actually, believe it or not, they lead the season series as of now at they're 5-4. So it's going to conclude tonight. The Pirates, though, whenever they came to Arizona Cardinals, St. Louis earlier, they actually got swept. So the Pirates have yet to win here this year. So this would be a first if they're able to do so in any of these games. Again, they currently lead 5-4, so all they got to do is win 2 of this series, and they would win the season series against the Cardinals. A very, well, I would say most people kind of expected. How's it going, Denny? Thank you for tuning in. A lot of people expected, I would say, the Cardinals to be about in the situation that they're in, 64 and 67. You know, they're still probably about a year or two away from competing. I really thought they would be competing for the wild card, and I mean, technically they still are 5.5 back, but you know, it's not looking really good for them. 3-7 their last 10. They're supposed to be playing better baseball right now, and they're just not. So it does appear they will be missing the playoffs. Of course, the Pirates, you know, they're winners of 4 in a row. I mean, they beat the Blue Jays in the series 2 games to 1, and of course the Rockies were able to do well against the Rockies. In fact, they swept them. So definitely hoping for the best here. Ultimate Sports Network, hello there. Got Pitt and thank you again. Thank you for pulling for the Pirates. Thank you for your support, Hammer. I really do appreciate it. As for the starting lineups, we have for the starting pitcher for the Cardinals, it's going to be Michael McGreevy. 5-2 record, 4.26 ERA, whip of a 1.18. He's only made 9 starts this year. In his last 7 appearances, though, it's actually going kind of south for him. 4.91 ERA. So, again, maybe an opportunity for the Pirates. But the problem with the Pirates, you know, I didn't really actually explain this, and I do apologize. That's kind of on me. The Pirates' away record, 18-44. They have struggled. They have been a mess on the road. So the Cardinals looking to take advantage of that. Starting lineup for the Cardinals, Nootbaar, Wynn, Burleson, Contreras, Gorman, Sagasi, Walker, Pages, and Church. For the Pirates, their starting pitcher tonight, Johan Oviedo, former Cardinal. This year he is 1-0 with a 4.50 ERA. Again, only his 3rd start of the year. Last outing was against Toronto, and he looks very, much better to what we're used to seeing from him. Again, he hadn't pitched in 2 years prior to that start in San Francisco, where it just was not good. The numbers really look a lot better than what it was. Only 1 inning and 2 earned. It looked like it could have been way worse. So, again, not too shabby for Johan. Starting lineup for the Pirates is Simon, Gonzalez, Reynolds, Horwitz, Pham, Triolo, Sawinski, Bart, and Paguero. So, no Kiner Falefa, no McCutcheon. So, we'll see how that goes. Hi there, how are you? Astros and Rockies playing tomorrow night. Okay, there we go. Good luck. You guys should do well against the Rockies. Just started a new channel. Okay, well, good for you. Good luck there. That's yeah, I could never start over. If I ever get, for whatever stupid reason, it goes away. That's it for me. Go Pirates. Finish the season strong. Thank you, Chris. I don't think I'll be touching your series. Who do the Brewers have? Yeah, the Diamondbacks. Yeah, I don't think I'll be taking the Brewers any of their games, but I'll be trying to get there as much. I'll be trying to get to the Brewers games very soon. Try to get at least a few more before the playoffs. It's been a pleasure. It's been very good for me. So that's why I definitely want to go back to Milwaukee. And, again, you very kind Brewers fans. Trey Anderson re-signed with the Bengals. Yep. Amari Cooper. Yep. Yep. I got you. I've been caught up all day. Ian Rappaport was blowing up my phone personally. Rocket tonight. Rocket or Astros? Okay, I'm lost there, Brandon. But yeah, no, the Astros did do well against the Orioles. All right. Again, the Pirates are the away team, so we're going to see them take the plate first. It's going to be Ronnie Simon. Ronnie Simon. Don't know why I right-clicked there. That was dumb. He's batting .222 on the year. OPS of .543, no homers, and 6 RBIs. As McGreevy kicks and deals. That is right down the middle for a called strike. We're getting in here. We're settling in. 0-1 count to Ronnie Simon. Playing right field as McGreevy kicks and deals. That'll be upstairs. So that's ball one. 1-1 is the count to Simon. Again, the rookie just started. I guess he made his debut earlier in April, but, he's been playing a lot lately. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball. That's cut on and hit foul. Last 7 games. I don't know if that's accurate. It says only 2 at-bats. Okay, well, I don't know. He was 2 for 8 in the series against Colorado. Here's the 1-2. Chopper to third, and that's actually going to get through. The third baseman was kind of playing a little off there. So look at that. It's a leadoff single. Weak chopper down the third base line. And look at that. Just protecting and just, wow, what a play. Nick Gonzalez coming to the plate now, batting .279, OPS of .712, 5 homers and 19 RBIs. The Pirates already with the runner on here, leadoff runner. It's at first as McGreevy is going to try to pick him off, but nothing doing. Back safe and sound. Simon taking his lead. McGreevy looks back at second despite no one being there. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball one. The umpire's there. I guess that's what some people do. I've noticed. I've watched a lot of baseball this year, more baseball this year than I have in any other year because of this. And interesting to see some of the habits of some of the players. 1-0 count, another pickoff attempt, but Simon is back. Keeping an eye on the speedy Simon. Simon says, I'm not going yet. But we'll see what happens. 1-0 count. McGreevy delivers. That's going to be a foul tip right off the catcher's foot. So the umpire's going to come out and meet the pitcher halfway. Give the catcher some time here to recover. Again, 1-1 count here to Gonzalez. Simon with a weak chopper to get on here. And look at that again. Just anyway, that's how you got to do it. Again, the Pirates with an 18-44 road record. So just not really good when they leave Pittsburgh. Really, really decent team when they play in Pittsburgh. Just they become the Rockies and the last year's White Sox and all that stuff when they leave. 1-1 count. McGreevy kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is going to be a foul ball. One and two counts to Nick Gonzalez. Would say it's an NL Central rivalry, but it's not really been a rivalry for a while. 1-2 count. McGreevy kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Down goes Gonzalez. That'll bring up Brian Reynolds. He's been playing baseball a little bit better lately, playing some decent baseball. Batting .244, OPS of .706, 13 homers and 63 RBIs. Last 7 games, batting .280, OPS north of 850, 859. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball below the zone. Strike one. Oh, 1 count to Reynolds. Texan season starting soon. Yep, everyone's starting soon. 0-1 count. A pickoff attempt. And, oh my goodness, keeping an eye on Simon. Simon might as well just stay on the bag. 0-1 count to Brian Reynolds. Would be good to see his OPS again. I've said it a lot. See that OPS go to 750 would be good, as that's going to be hit to left, and that's going to be a foul ball. That would tell me that, hey, this guy, it was just a rough start, but he found his swing back and all that. Again, he's been playing a lot better as of late. 0-2 count to Brian Reynolds. Runner on first, 1 out, 0-0 is your score. McGreevy looks over at first. He sets. And another pickoff attempt. That's 4. Jeez, just interesting. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess he's really worried about Simon. Simon says he's good for now, but I guess we'll see. Count is 0-2. McGreevy likes the sign. Looks over at first. Looks over again. Sets. Kicks and deals. And that'll be outside for ball 1. Cardinals fans not happy with that call, but that one was clearly outside. Count is 1-2. McGreevy looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 2. Worked at an apartment complex where someone dropped their joints on their balcony and caused $3 to $4 million. Oh, that type of thing. Okay. Well, jeez. Well, yeah, that is crazy. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball 3. Yeah, no, it's definitely a story there. Count is 3-2 to Brian Reynolds. Again, Simon at first. McGreevy sets, deep breath, and fires. Reynolds hits this to left center. And this one's going to be, it hits the warning track, and it bounces over the wall. Simon was already past third base, but unfortunately he's going to have to go back. So look at that, it's a ground rule double for Brian Reynolds. Oh, that's a shame. But, hey, those are the rules of baseball. Well, at least the Pirates have 2 hits here in the first. Maybe that's a sign of things to come, as that'll bring up Spencer Horwitz, batting .256, OPS of .712. 6 home runs and 36 RBIs on the season. And Simon started booking it. Oh, man. But no, second and third, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Horwitz. Horwitz hits it and hits it left, but that is a foul ball. So, again, the Pirates already with 2 hits here in the first. Good day to you, Dr. D. What do you think about the division reshuffling and possibly playoff rearranging? I didn't hear about the latter part, as here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit right back up the middle. Wynn has it, throws to first for out number 2. But the Pirates are able to get a run there, as Simon was able to cross home. Simon says he's going home. That'll bring up Tommy Pham. Is batting .267. OPS is .729, 7 homers and 38 RBIs. Personally, Ghost Rose, I am not a fan of the idea of the division reshuffling. And that was just I think this is all coming full circle with the interleague, happening every day. As here is the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. So, yeah, this, I think, is an unintended consequence of interleague every day kind of normalizing us of seeing the NL versus AL and, all that stuff. And I don't know. There's just something, even though it doesn't really matter anymore, National League and American League, because, the rules are, there's the DH and all that stuff. I don't know. I think that there'd be a lot of the history of the game would be gone because of the reshuffling. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Again, there's a runner on third with 2 outs here in the top of the first. The Pirates, of course, leading 1-0. But I don't know. I guess I'd have to see what they would reshuffle to. I don't know. Maybe 2 divisions of 8. I'm not really a fan of the four divisions of four. Like, that idea to me is just no. It's not the NFL. You don't do that. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike at the knees. And as far as the playoff rearranging, I've not heard of that. I did not hear anything like that. Thank you, though, for the question. Very nice. Very nice question. Appreciate it. Thank you again for stopping on by. 1-2 count. McGreevy sets, fires. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 2. Kind of messed up that call there, but we'll just go along with it. We're just going to accept that, hey, that happened and there's nothing I can do about it. 2-2 count to Tommy Pham. Again, runner on third. Pirates already leading 1-0. Chance to double their lead. McGreevy sets and fires. Chopper to short. Wynn has it. Throws to first for out number 3. But hey, the Pirates able to get a run on the board. They lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the first inning. Sometimes I think Manfred secretly hates baseball and wants to destroy it. Well, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of, Manfred definitely is an interesting guy. I know a lot of people don't like him. So what that leads me, I know it's kind of weird, when people tend to not like something or like something, I kind of just tend to go the other way. Not really in this case with Manfred. I kind of have a neutral point of view on him. But I've seen, I don't know, there's a baseball channel, and I know, you guys are probably baseball fans. So, well, it's not on this is my YouTuber one, but there's a baseball channel called Baseball Does Not Exist, and I guess I can type it in. It's a really good channel. If you guys love baseball, talks about the interesting stuff with baseball, just the wacky stuff, or of course just legit stories. But I would definitely give it a. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is he did one on Manfred. And it was actually a pretty decent video, and the worst commission ever, but how he saved baseball. So, again, if you guys ever get the chance to check out that channel, it's over 1 million subscribers, and he does a great job. He's awesome. Have I talked to him personally? No, of course not. But I'm just saying, it's some good content if you're a baseball fan. So, for viewing, playing schedules, and less wear and tear and teams traveling, makes a lot of sense. You're right about it. Breaking up some traditions, but that's already happened once already. Yeah, I know. I'm just going to have to get over it. And I get it. I don't know. And we got over it. We did. I don't know. We'll see. If it happens, I guess it'll happen. Again, Johan Oviedo, the pitcher of the Pirates, 4.50 ERA this season. Again, only two starts for him, as he will face Lars Nootbaar, batting .239, OPS of .717, 13 homers, and 44 RBIs. Hello, I'm assuming that's your new page. Here is the pitch. That's going to be upstairs for ball 1. Wouldn't make any sense to destroy something as your cash cow. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. Here is the 1-0, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. I need some water. That's what that tells me. The voice going crazy. If the voice starts doing that, then I need water. 1-1 count to Nootbaar. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Last 7 games, batting .320, OPS of .793, so he's making a lot of contact as of lately. Look at that. 1-2 count. Here is the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Nootbaar didn't like it, and I can tell you why. Definitely a 50-50 call that went in the favor of the Pirates. That's what the Cutler guy, Bob Walk, saying. His reaction's like it's 6 inches off the plate. No, it was right there. It's just a call that could have went either way. As Mason Wynn is going to be coming to the plate, batting .258, OPS of .692, 9 homers, and 46 RBIs. Oviedo sets, kicks, and deals. That'll be in there for a called strike. I'm fine with the expansion and realignment, but I'm more concerned about getting a salary cap system. Something needs to change. I don't know about the cap. I'm still iffy on it. Definitely a floor. Nope, you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, this guy. Here's the 0-1. Wynn hits this to left. And that's going to be a foul ball. Well, thank you, Ohio State Football Hype Videos, for stopping on by. Appreciate you. I'm just not one of those people that blindly believe everything the TV tells them. That's me. That's why I'm like, well, everyone hates Manfred. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. And that's the thing. Again, everyone hates him. So it's like, why do they? Why is this so? I don't know. I just tend to go the other way just because, I don't know. I'm not saying the majority is right. Usually they are, but sometimes the vast majority is just completely wrong. As Burleson's going to be at the plate, here is the pitch. That's going to be hit right up the middle for a base hit, almost taking Oviedo's head off. I couldn't even go over his stats. They're pretty good. We'll save them for next time. So look at that, a 2-out single for the Cardinals. I remember Burleson had a pretty good series against the Pirates, even in the sweep that happened in Pittsburgh. But, again, obviously the Cardinals probably wanting to return the favor. That'll bring up Wilson Contreras, batting .261, OPS of .805, 19 homers and 70 RBIs. That's just getting moved to the AL was a nightmare. This guy, okay. I don't know about all that. I just hope they don't start adding playoff teams. They definitely have the lead. I think 6 is good for each, personally. Yeah, I agree. Here is the pitch. That's going to be inside for ball 1. You see the Pirates are winning tonight? Yes. These things do happen from time to time. 1-0 count again. It's only the first inning. Contreras at the plate. Runner on first, 2 outs. Oviedo kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Phillies up 3-0 against the Mets. Reds play the Dodgers late tonight, yeah. Count is 1-1. Oviedo sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be low. It's going to be low for ball 2. They fired Ken Rosenthal from MLB Network just for criticizing him a little bit. That was messed up. Yeah, no, that is messed up. I believe you. That did happen. That is messed up. 2-1 counts. Oviedo sets and fires. Contreras pops it up. Shallow left center. Sawinski is calling it off and makes the catch for out number 3. All right, Pirates still lead 1-0 at the end of 1 here in St. Louis. Let's see here. Majority thinks the Earth is a sphere, but actually a large flat baseball diamond. This guy. Oh my goodness. All right, scoreboard across Major League Baseball. The Marlins lead the Braves 1-0. Red Sox lead the Orioles 4-3. Rays lead the Indians 4-0. Yankees over the Nationals 2-0. Blue Jays leading the Twins 5-0. Phillies leading the Mets 3-0. White Sox leading the Royals 3-0. Let's see. Brewers and Diamondbacks are tied at 0 apiece, and that is all for now. Again, thank you guys so much for stopping on by. Make sure to hit that like button, folks. If you are a sports fan that's tuned in, you should definitely like and subscribe. Of course, subscribe. It's free. Won't cost you a dime. And I do appreciate you guys for tuning on into this little channel. And again, special shout out to those members here. Again, that commercial break was brought to you by Coffee Beans. Coffee Beans, the GOAT, the scoreboard sponsor. That is what that tier does. Again, just appreciate you guys for tuning on in. It really does help out a lot. Who is Ken Rosenthal? He's a baseball reporter, and kind of like he's kind of like the Ian Rappaport of. Well, no, that's more of Jeff Passan. He's the other guy. He's like Adam Schefter. Yeah. Did somebody hit a solo? No, AR. We had. Who the heck? What the heck happened? Simon scored thanks to Spencer Horwitz. It was a ground ball to short. And there was runners on second and third, and Simon was able to head home. Simon says he was going home. Butterfly, how's it going? That's a legend right there. Thank you again for tuning on in. Hopefully, the new school year is treating you well. As we're returning to action here in St. Louis again, where the Pirates, they lead 1-0. Trill is coming to the plate. He's batting .213, OPS of .651, 5 homers and 18 RBIs on the season. You are very welcome. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a breaking ball below the zone for ball one. Count is 1-0 to Jared Triolo, who's been playing very well lately. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Triolo, the last 7 games, batting .400, OPS of 1388. I mean, he again has been playing very good. As McGreevy delivers. That'll be in there for a called strike. Count is 1-2. Denny likes what Go is saying. Go Stros. 1-2 count. McGreevy kicks and deals. That's going to be fouled back as it's 1-2. I just came across your channel a week ago for the first time. I was able to catch. Oh, thank you. What? I mean, if you are seriously a different person, okay, I appreciate it, but I have a feeling you're the same guy I was just talking to at the earlier of the stream that just happened to say in a different channel. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to be past the third baseman down the left field line. Triolo continues his hot streak. Is he thinking 3? He is not. No 3 for Tree, but he'll take a double. Jared Triolo. Who is this guy? Definitely a much different player the last few weeks. Jack Sawinski batting .124, OPS of .507, 3 homers and 7 RBIs on the season. Glad I didn't hear the under. Oh, you didn't take the under. Oh, yeah. Here is the pitch. That is going to be in there, but it's not called a strike. 88 on the gun. Went in the favor of the Pirates. Butterfly says, go Texas Longhorns. 1-0 count. That'll be a big game. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. How many teams in your fantasy league? I don't have a fantasy league for the channel. We'll definitely do that next year, though. That is something that I want to do. 1-1 counts. McGreevy sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball in the dirt. Ball 2. As far as me personally, I have like 5 or 6, and that's why I can't join anybody else's. I'm already packed. Oh, Texas is overhyped. We'll see. I don't think so, personally. 2-1 counts. McGreevy looks back at second. Kicks and fires. That's going to be outside for ball 3. Of course, I do think Ohio State will be very good this year as well. I'm ready. I mean, I won't be able to watch the game. And yeah, that stinks so bad. That stinks so bad that I won't be able to watch it. Try to watch the highlights after. 3-1 count to Jack Sawinski. Trying to get on base. It's very good at drawing a walk. As McGreevy sets, looks back at Triolo. Kicks and deals. That is way upstairs for ball 4. So Sawinski again drawing the walk. And look at that. So runners on first and second, nobody out, and that'll bring up Joey Bart. He's batting .245, OPS of .667, 2 homers and 21 RBIs. I don't think Butterfly is, saying it's going to be a piece of cake, because that's going to be in there for a called strike. Butterfly seems to be a very, gentle soul, from what I've gathered. I could be wrong. Maybe she's a wild child or something, or maybe she's just, I don't know. I feel like I'm right, though. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be inside for ball 1. Have a good stream, bro. Good luck with the Pirates. Yes, the Pirates. Hey, we're just playing spoiler. That's what the Pirates have been. Took 2 of 3 from the Blue Jays. Of course, the Rockies. Well, it is what it is. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. That is outside for ball 2. 2-1 to Joey Bart. Two and 1 count. McGreevy looks back at second. Kicks and fires. Chopper off his foot as it's 2-2. Again, 2-2 counts here in the top of the second. 2 outs. Pirates, of course, leading 1-0. Looks like Bart will ask for time. Again, the Pirates already leading 1-0 with runners on first, second. And of course, if you are a Cardinals fan, tune in. I mean, you don't feel like, hey, you're in the wrong place, you know. I'm just covering the Pirates. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be chopped foul. I mean, I'm not going to be talking any smack to the Cardinals. I want to make sure that's thrown out there. You know, the Cardinals, you know, they've pretty much been a model of consistency for pretty much my entire life. Obviously, as of late, that's not been the case. But, you know, a lot of respect for the Cardinals, you know, and their organization. I'm not going to be talking any smack, especially as a Pirates fan. Just want to let you guys know. Here is the 2-2. That's going to be poked foul. So Bart just trying to stay alive. That one was way outside. 2-2 count. McGreevy at 37 pitches. And nobody out here in the second inning, so he might not last long. As McGreevy looks back, kicks and deals. Called strike 3. A little bit of a hesitation by the umpire, but that is indeed the strike call, was indeed in the top of the zone. That'll bring up Liover Peguero. He's batting .217, OPS of .710, 4 homers and 7 RBIs. Again, runners on first and second, 1 out. McGreevy looks back at second, kicks and deals. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. Count is 1-0. Again, Peguero really, since the Colorado series, has been struggling, though. Well, I mean, as the original Colorado series, so you can see his last 7 games, batting .188, OPS just north of 400 for 422, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. One count to Peguero. Peguero happens to have a .400 batting average against the Cardinals, so that's something to keep in mind here. Maybe that keeps going, or maybe it's just random luck. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One and 2 count. McGreevy. Again, he's had to work a lot here early. He's sweating up a storm, though it could be the temperature. I probably should have looked up the temperature in St. Louis. 1-2 count. McGreevy looks back at Triolo. Kicks and deals. Chopper to third. There's 1 and 2. A double play. All right. Well, promising start to the inning, but nothing doing for the Pirates, so we head to the bottom of the second. The Pirates, of course, with the lead 1-0. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure to hit that like button. That like button does a lot more than just light up on your screen. It really does help out the channel, so make sure to hit that button if you're tuned in today. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. I've been here since opening day and, of course, have no plans on stopping anytime soon. In fact, this 4-game series, I plan on covering 3 of the games. So definitely tune in. If you're a Cardinals, Pirates fan that haven't yet subscribed, definitely subscribe so you get that notification. And, or, you know, I'll at least pop up on your feed when you're trying to find this game for tomorrow, because I will be back tomorrow. Wednesday is going to be the game where I don't join St. Louis and the Pirates. I'll be doing another MLB game. But, of course, Thursday, I'll be back for the final game of the series. So definitely, again, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Of course, again, I've been bouncing around Major League Baseball, which, you know, I know that's not really too appealing to the Cardinals fans. I really haven't done many Cardinals solo games. But, of course, you know, I did cover, of course, the Pirates-Cardinals series long ago. For some reason, though, whenever it's Pirates-Cardinals, it just, I don't know, it's never popping off. I don't know, maybe there's a Cardinals streamer out there that's pretty good, or Maybe there's a Pirates streamer that randomly does the Pirates-Cardinals games. I have no idea, but it is what it is. But I do appreciate you guys, again, for even clicking on the live stream. It really does help out the little channel. You joined Double Play. Draven, what the heck are you doing? What are you doing to the team? Thank you, of course, for stopping on by, Draven. Whenever we do return to action, which we are actually right now, Nolan Gorman at the plate. He's batting .227. OPS of 742, 12 homers, and 39 RBIs. If there are any Cardinals fans in here, feel free to say hello. I don't think I've interacted with one Cardinals fan all year. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike break ball on the outside corner. I have actually interacted with one, but he's more of a... I don't know him as a Cardinals fan. I know him as a bum. Here is the pitch. That's going to be low away for ball one. One on one count here to Nolan Gorman. In the bottom of the second, Pirates lead 1-0. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Gorman against the Pirates, batting .237, 4 homers and 18 RBIs in 33 career games. Count is 1-2. Oviedo rocks and fires. That'll be way upstairs for ball two. Count is 2-2 to Gorman. I don't know why I said it like that. Oviedo delivers the 2-2. That is just outside for ball three. 96 on the fastball. Count is full to Gorman as Oviedo delivers the 3-2. That'll be in the dirt. Ball four. So look at that, a leadoff walk for the Cardinals. That might be the opening they were looking for. All right, that'll bring up Thomas Sagesi. Or is it Sagezi? I don't really know. I'm trying to listen. It's batting .248. OPS of 608, 1 homer and 14 RBIs on the season. As Oviedo sets, kicks and deals. That'll be inside for ball one. The ball kind of got away for a little bit, but Gorman wasn't really going. Hammer with the horns there. RFK says hello. There's the Cardinals fan I was referring to earlier. 1-0 counts. So Oviedo sets, kicks, and deals. That'll be inside for ball two. So Oviedo all of a sudden is missing wildly. It's actually Sajazi, apparently. Okay, well, the more you know. Thomas Sajazi. 2-0 count. Oviedo sets, rocks and fires. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. He's found the strike zone again. Hey, the Rising Rhinos arrived. Hello there. How's it going? How's it going? Got some Pirates Cardinals. So Oviedo sets, looks over at first, kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. So Jay's, yeah, no, I just heard it. Thank you again. Appreciate it. Since today is my birthday, you should mod for one stream. I am modding for all streams, so I don't know what in the world you're talking about, RFK. I'm already a mod of my own channel. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is going to be away for ball three. Fun times. Yes, sir. Pirates, Cardinals. Pirates, of course, they are well out of it. The Cardinals, they would have to go on a nice run and, of course, have the Mets and Reds continue. Well, the Mets they're doing okay, I guess, ish. Here's the 3-2 hit, and that's going to get past the shortstop for a base hit. So the Cardinals, with 2 base runners of their own to begin the bottom of the second. Pirates, of course, had that same situation. Nothing happening in the second inning. That'll bring up Jordan Walker's batting .233, OPS of .611, 4 homers and 32 RBIs. That is how the Cardinals broadcaster pronounce. Okay, gotcha. Oviedo sets, kicks, and deals. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count. And Butterfly says, see you later to RFK. He's done. It looks like Bart is going to have a little chat with Oviedo. One and 0 count here to Walker. Again, there's Bart with a little meeting here with Oviedo. Just trying to see what's going on. Again, he's been kind of missing wildly. Again, there's runners on first and second with nobody out. Again, the Pirates lead 1-0 here in the bottom of the second as we're about to resume action here. Again, Walker at the plate. As Oviedo sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. Looks like that is getting out of play. So the count is 1-1. 1-1 count. Again, the Cardinals 64 and 67. They need something. They need some wins to stay in this. Here is the 1-1. Ground ball, and that's going to get past the diving Peguero for a base hit. So the bases are loaded for the Cardinals. And that'll bring up Pedro Paez. He's batting .223, OPS of .628, 9 homers and 40 RBIs. Again, bases loaded for the Cardinals, but nobody out. So Oviedo sets. First baseman plays in. That's Horwitz. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Cardinals are threatening. Count is 0-1. Oviedo sets. Rocks and fires. Checked his swing, but he went. Strike 2. A strikeout would be huge. Strikeout or a pop-out, really. In the infield. Pop-up would be huge, or a strikeout for the Pirates. Cardinals, of course, would hate that. That would be a bummer. A drag, if you will. Paez is 3 for 13 in his career with bases loaded. 0-2. Oviedo sets. And delivers. That is outside for ball 1. 96 on the radar gun. One and 2 to Paez. Oviedo sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That was a huge out. That'll bring up Nathan Church. Nathan Church is batting .111, OPS of .436, 1 homer and 4 RBIs. Of course, he only made his debut just a week or so ago, so not much experience in the majors. It says Pirates pitcher making debut. I don't recall hearing the name. No, here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left to Pham. Pham's going to throw. Oh, Triolo tries to double up the guy at second, but the sacrifice fly does work. Pham threw it home, but Triolo cut it off. Throw was not accurate. I think it would have beat him if it was. Trello, of course, trying to double up the guy at second. So Oviedo, he was actually a starting pitcher for the Pirates in 2023, but then had, I think it was Tommy John. He was out all of 2024, just now coming back earlier in August. So that is the story with him. It's not bad. Not a bad pitcher at all. At least the 2023 version. This year he's been okay, I guess. I don't know. I mean, again, only 2 starts, so we'll see how it goes as Oviedo sets. Looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's jammed, popped up, and Triolo is there to make the catch for out number 3. But the Cardinals tied up here in the bottom of the second inning. It's now 1-1. This scoreboard update is brought to you by Coffee Beans. Coffee Beans, thank you very much for being the scoreboard sponsor. As the Marlins lead the Braves 1-0 in the top of the 8th. Red Sox leading the Orioles 4-3 in the bottom of the 7th. The Rays currently over the Indians in the top of the 7th, but there's a delay there. The Yankees, they lead the Nationals 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see here. The Blue Jays lead the Twins 6-1 in the top of the 5th. The Phillies currently up over the Mets 3-1 in the bottom of the 4th. The White Sox leading the Royals 3-0 in the top of the 4th. The Brewers lead the Diamondbacks 1-0 in the bottom of the 3rd. And the Angels lead the Rangers 1-0 at the top of the 2nd. Let's get some subscribers again. Yeah, appreciate you guys for tuning on in today. Definitely appreciate you guys as I'm having all the technical issues in the world. Make sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button. What's good? Dr. Snowman checking in, fully refreshed. Took that off last night. We'll be back at it tomorrow. There we go. Grind never stops. How did he look in his first start? Not good. He only pitched 1 inning and then allowed 2 runs. It could have been worse. The last start pitched 5 innings, only allowed 1 run. So, yeah, Oviedo was a little bit shaky and can kind of show you that real quick. If you can see on the top or the bottom right of your screen. Okay, maybe not. See the San Francisco start. 1 inning, 2 earned, 3 walks. Again, it was just not good. And then against Toronto, 5 innings, 1 earned. And he was really solid. 6 strikeouts. All right, we're back here in St. Louis. Where again, it's 1-1. Ronnie Simon coming to the plate. He's 1 for 1 on the night, batting .233, OPS of .561, no homers and 6 RBIs. As McGreevy kicks and deals. That'll be upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 count. McGreevy kicks and deals, and that'll be right down the middle for a called strike. Count is 1-1. McGreevy fires. Checked his swing. That is upstairs. So the count is 2-1 to Ronnie Simon. Came across to score in the first. 2-1. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, where Newtbar makes the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez. Gonzalez batting .278, OPS of .709, 5 homers and 19 RBIs. Solid start versus Toronto. Yeah, no, he was pretty solid. Pretty good. Pirates were honestly pretty good against Toronto. It was a very surprising series. That's McGreevy kicks and deals. That is going to be high and inside. That one definitely was in the strike zone for ball 1. Though I, of course, won't complain. 1-0 counts. McGreevy delivers. Gonzalez hits this to center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. 1 out single for Nicky G. That'll bring up Brian Reynolds. It's 1 for 1, had an automatic double in the first inning. Batting .246, OPS of .711, 13 homers and 63 RBIs. Runner on first. McGreevy delivers. Reynolds hits this to right. Oh, that one sounded good off the bat. It looks good. It is out of here. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming as Brian Reynolds gives the Pirates a 3-1 lead. That was his 14th home run of the season. Again, he has been a much different player since the All-Star break. Going back to what we know of Brian Reynolds. And look at that. Just demolished it off the bat. Sounded so good. And he knew it. 3-1. Pirates leading the Cardinals. That'll bring up Spencer Horwitz batting .255, OPS of .710, 6 homers and 37 RBIs. That is outside for ball one. I'm very sorry about that, SGA. I don't know what you want me to tell you there. That is just unfortunate. You hate to see it. 1-0 count, breaking ball outside for ball two. So 2-0 count. Again, the Pirates just now taking the lead. Brian Reynolds, the 2-run shot to right. Pirates fan actually gets the ball, so he's letting everybody know about it. Here's the 2-0. Horwitz. Horwitz hits this to right. Walker at the wall, leaps, and it's out of here. Clear the deck with a cannonball of his own. Back-to-back jacks, his 7th home run of the season. And the Pirates now lead 4-1. Oh, my goodness. The Pirates. Will they be the team that says the Cardinals, you're actually done? This is it. You had a little bit of hope. Just crushed it over the bullpen and everything and right. That'll bring up Tommy Pham batting .266. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to short. Wynn has it. Throws to first for out number 2. That'll bring up Jared Triolo. Triolo's batting .216, OPS of .662, 5 homers and 18 RBIs. He is 1 for 1 on the day. McGreevy just shaking his head. Deep breath. He's like, what in the world? Making the Pirates look like the 2000s Yankees. As that's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count to Triolo. Again, he doubled in the second inning. Did not lead to anything, though. As here is the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 count to Jared Triolo. 2 outs. Nobody on here in the top of the third inning. The Pirates, they lead 4-1. Look at that. It's McGreevy. Fires. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did not. That one was low for ball 1. Count is 1-2 to Jared Triolo. McGreevy rocks and fires. Called strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. But the Pirates do some damage. 2 home runs in the inning. One of them by Brian Reynolds, the other by Spencer Horwitz. They lead 4-1 as we head to the bottom of the third. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Make sure to hit that like button. Hit that like button, everyone. It definitely helps the channel out. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Definitely do that. A lot of Pirates baseball here. And, of course, I'll be covering the NL playoffs as well. Of course, the World Series and all that stuff. So, again, make sure to definitely do that. If you're a sports fan, tune in. Again, just definitely subscribe. You will not regret that decision. I promise. It's free. Won't cost you a dime to subscribe. Again, the Pirates with 6 hits tonight. 4 runs. Just it's been a good performance for the Pirates. Can they keep it going? Russell's going to the game tomorrow. Well, you have fun. You have fun. You have a good time, Russell. I know it's always baseball is just it's a good game to go to. I've been to a few MLB games. Let's see, I'm trying to think. 3 MLB games. But I've been to a lot of minor league games. And yeah, it's just fun. It's just a fun experience. Hopefully you have a good time. And hopefully your team wins unless they're playing my team, Russell. I have a feeling, though, you're probably a Cardinals fan if you're going to the game. But, hey, I hope you have a good time. Going to Busch Stadium, yeah? Well, I might see you. If do this game tomorrow. Oh, you're Pirates. Okay, there we go. There we go, Russell. Of course, again, if you're a Cardinals fan, tune in. Don't be shy. Feel free to chat away. Again, it's not like the Pirates are. I'm going to talk any smack. Like, what are we talking smack about? We're 57 and 74. So, I don't think we're going to be talking any noise. Yeah, and 78% of you guys with the Pirates winning tonight. So far, you guys looking pretty good. As here is Mason Wynn as Oviedo kicks and deals, and that'll be low for ball one. Wynn's batting .258, OPS of .690, 9 homers and 46 RBIs. Like cards when I'm a true Pittsburgh. Gotcha. There we go. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be popped up. Trying to see who's under. It's going to be Peguero who makes the catch for out number one. All right, one away for the Cardinals, and that'll bring up Alec Burleson. He's batting .287, OPS of .786, 15 homers and 59 RBIs. We're going to hurt playoff teams. Well, if the Pirates just take 2, it's a 4-game series. If they split with the Cardinals will see that as a loss. They will definitely not like that as Oviedo kicks and deals. That'll be upstairs for ball one. And I mentioned earlier the Cardinals. They're 5.5 games back. It's doable. They're running out of time as there's just over 30 games left. But here is the 1-0, and that's going to be in there, but it's not called a strike, so it's 2-0. Cardinals get swept. I don't know about that, Russell. I don't know about that. Count is 2-0 to Burleson. He's 1 for 1 on the day, by the way. Here is the 2-0. Swing and a miss. Big swing. Big cut. Big everything. But it's a strike. 2-1. Two and 1 count to Oviedo. He kicks and fires. That's going to be tapped foul. So the count moves to 2-2. Again, it was 2-0. Oviedo trying to fight back here. 2-2 count, 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Pirates, of course, with a 4-1 lead. Pirates had 15 shutouts. Yeah, I know. I saw that stat at the end of Sunday's game, which you could have heard right here on Dr. Delay, by the way. And yeah, no, it's pretty embarrassing. Here's the 2-2. Check the swing in the dirt, ball 3. It goes to show you how bad we've actually been. With that stat tells me how terrible the Pirates actually are. I mean, again, 15 shutouts, and your record is 57 and 74. That's terrible. 3-2 count. Oviedo rocks and fires. That's going to be popped up. Triolo on the run and makes the catch for out number 2. All right, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. That'll bring up Wilson Contreras, batting .260, OPS of .803, 19 homers and 70 RBIs. You're a Steelers fan. Hey, me too. Big Steelers fan. Big Steelers fan as Oviedo rocks and fires. That'll be in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1. So Wilson Contreras, Oviedo kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is going foul. So 0-2. 0-2 to Contreras. He's 0 for 1 on the night. Born in the Berg. Okay, there we go. 0-2, Oviedo delivers. That's going to be fouled back as Contreras stays alive. Again, 0-2 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. The Pirates leading 4-1. Again, Brian Reynolds with a home run. Horowitz with also a home run of his own, though Reynolds came with an extra RBI there. 0-2 count. And looks like Bart is going to have a little chat. This is interesting. Interesting here, a little chat with Oviedo on an 0-2 count with 2 outs, nobody on. Bart is like, you know what? Let's talk this out. Be in left field. Nice. Hopefully you get get a chance at one, that'd be nice. All right, 0-2 count. Oviedo kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. The Pirates lead 4-1 as we head to the top of the fourth. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Thank you again. Even that view, just clicking on this live stream helps out this channel. Super thank you if you're able to leave a like. Hit that like button. Looks like that. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. I mean, it's mostly Pirates, but of course I'll be doing a lot of the playoffs as well. So definitely tune in if you're just a baseball fan, a sports fan. This is a great channel for you. Hit that subscribe button. Do it right now. And again, thank you so much to the members. Of course, Coffee Beans is the commercial break sponsor. Thank you, Coffee Beans. So we're going to go over the scoreboard across Major League Baseball. The Red Sox leading the Orioles 4-3. Marlins leading the Braves 2-0. Rays over the Indians 5-0 in a delay. The Yankees leading the Nationals 7-0. Blue Jays leading the Twins 6-1. Phillies and Mets are tied up 3-3. White Sox and Royals 6-0. White Sox leading. Brewers leading the Diamondbacks 5-0, and the Angels lead the Rangers 1-0. That is the scoreboard update there. Again, thank you very much to Coffee Beans for the sponsor of that scoreboard. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Let's go indeed, Butterfly. Let's go. All right. Let's see here. Again, for the top of the fourth, it'll be Sawinski, Bart, and Peguero. None of those guys with a hit tonight, though. Sawinski did draw a walk. So that is what he's done in his lone appearance. He's batting 124, OPS of 513, 3 homers and 7 RBIs. As we're returning to St. Louis, where again the Pirates, nice little lead here, 4-1. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. McGreevy out there. 58 pitches as he's starting the top of the fourth. He's been not so great tonight. Here's the 1-0. Ground ball to second. Hard hit, but it's going to be an easy. Oh, well, the throw was a little bit off there, but Burleson, the nice play to make the catch, round number 1. All right, that'll bring up Joey Bart. He's 0 for 1, batting .244, OPS of 665, 2 homers and 21 RBIs. As McGreevy kicks and fires. Breaking ball, that is right down the middle for a called strike. Struck out in the second inning. McGreevy kicks and deals. That'll be way outside for ball 1. 1-1 count to Joey Bart, catching tonight. McGreevy fires. Chopper, and that is going to be a foul ball. It's actually, he fouled it off his foot. So he meant Skeens there. Yeah, Skeens. Skeens wasn't too bad. Usually can get a good outing from Skeens. Again, it's 1-2 count, 1 out here in the top of the fourth. The Pirates lead the Cardinals 4-1. Again, the Cardinals still have a chance at the playoffs, but they're not really performing tonight. 1-2 counts as McGreevy rocks and fires. Checked his swing. That one was at his head, but he swung anyway. He struck him out. I don't know what Joey Bart was looking at, but he was swinging down the middle of the plate, and the ball was pretty much at his head. That'll bring up Liover Peguero. He's 0 for 1, batting .213, OPS of .699, 4 homers and 7 RBIs on the day. As McGreevy fires. That'll be in there for a call. It's right. Peguero shakes his head no as a 50-50 call. Did catch a little bit of the zone, but it was close. 0-1. He dominated. He did. Domination. As here is the 0-1. It's going to be outside for 1-1. Said Pirates spoil the playoffs. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens. 1-1 counts to Peguero. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball. That is low for ball 2. Two and 1 to Peguero. Pirates leading 4-1 here in the top of the 4th as McGreevy's going to ask for a new baseball. You know, it looked like for a while there that McGreevy might not even make it to the 5th, but really, again, not too shabby. 66 pitches here in the 4th with 2 outs. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be chopped back, and that's a foul ball. Two and 2 is the count to Peguero. Again, he's 0 for 1 of the night and has struggled as of late. It's McGreevy. Sets and fires. Breaking ball in the dirt. So it's 3-2. Pirates had a rough start for doing them all. Yeah, pretty much ever since they fired Derek Shelton, they've been about a 500 ball club. So that would be, I mean, they would be in the playoff race. Here is the 3-2. Chopper foul. Yeah, Shelton was a disaster. Was never a fan of him at any point in time. And, yeah, no, the Pirates have been pretty decent under Kelly. And, again, a 500 record right now would be only a few games back in the wild card race. As McGreevy kicks and deals. Chopper. McGreevy fields it. Nice. Throws to first for round number 3. What a nice play by McGreevy. That was smooth. Very smooth indeed. So we head to the bottom of the 4th where the Pirates, of course, still lead 4-1 over the Cardinals. Once again, everyone, thank you very much for tuning in. Again, thank you for even clicking on the live stream. Make sure to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Helps out this little channel a lot. And make sure to subscribe if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, tuned in, Pirates, Cardinals, whatever. If you're a football fan, you're a sports bettor. Hey, this is the channel for you. Definitely subscribe. And play-by-play practically every day. I haven't missed a day since July 27th. I've been going at it. So why don't you just hit that subscribe button? I'll be here. I'll be here tomorrow as well. I'll be here Wednesday and Thursday. Friday will actually be the first time I miss a stream, but I'll be back Saturday and Sunday and Monday and all that good stuff. So definitely, again, subscribe. I mean, you know, streams pretty much I can guarantee you at least, you know, six streams a week. You know, again, like, you know, practically almost every day. So yeah, again, I do appreciate you guys for tuning on in. I do appreciate it. Cardinals will have Gorman, Sajazi, and Walker due up in the bottom of the 4th. Again, the Pirates leading 4-1. They need to get something going. Again, I have a poll up. Feel free to let me know what you guys think. 78% of you guys think the Pirates are going to win. Of course, that is currently looking all right. 22% think the Cardinals are going to win. Gorman walked in his first appearance and is actually the only run to score today for the Cardinals. He's batting .227, OPS of 744, 12 homers and 39 RBIs. They show the arch. That's always nice. Here is the pitch. Ground ball foul. Live in South St. Louis. Okay. Count is 0-1 to Gorman. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Breaking ball outside. Oh and 2 counts. As Gorman does ask for time, that's why he's taken for a while. Stepping back in. Oviedo kicks and fires. Called strike 3 at the knees. I don't know if Gorman didn't like the call or not, but that one wasn't really a 50-50 call. That was just right there. He struck him out. That'll bring up Thomas Sajazi. He's 1 for 1 on the night. It's batting .253, OPS of 616, 1 homer and 14 RBIs. As the Pirates start warming up Andrew Heaney in the bullpen, that'll be inside ball 1, 96 on the radar gun. Again, they're trying to keep an eye on Oviedo with the pitch count and all that stuff as he works his way back. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be hit. Oh, what a play by Triolo with the huge leap and a huge catch to prevent that from going into the outfield for out number 2. Oh, my goodness. That'll bring up Jordan Walker, who's batting .235, OPS of 615, 4 homers, 32 RBIs. What a play by Triolo, as here is the pitch. That'll be high for ball 1. Walker tonight is 1 for 1. Singled in the second. 1-0 count to Walker. It's Oviedo. Kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is going foul. 1-1 count. Oviedo kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up. And looks like Gonzalez makes the catch for out number 3. Very quickly, the Cardinals going down here. As I don't know if that's going to do it for Oviedo. Again, Heaney was warming up in the bullpen. Would be nice to see Oviedo go through 5. As again, the Pirates lead 4-1 over the Cardinals. Man, what is going on? The Cardinals, again, they have a lot on the line. I mean, I would assume, feel pretty good taking 3 of 4 from the Pirates. So they're 5.5 back of the Mets, who currently have that last spot. Pirates pretty much just playing spoiler at this point. And again, the Pirates only 18-44 on the road, so they're just not a good team that travels. They don't travel well at all. So we'll see what happens again for the rest of this game and the rest of this series, but would have expected a little bit more fight from the Cardinals tonight. But again, only not even halfway done, actually, so plenty of baseball left in any given inning, any given at-bat. Anything can happen. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in and clicking on this live stream. Really helps out this little channel. Make sure to leave a like. Hit that like button, as that really helps out the channel. And a super thank you if you're able to subscribe to the channel. Again, if you're a sports fan, just subscribe to the channel. This is what I do. Been calling games since opening day, and of course, it's mostly for the Pirates. But of course, I do bounce around Major League Baseball, and we'll be doing the postseason, of course, with plenty of football. Again, shout out my members and donors and all that. And again, thank you very much. Coffee Beans $4.99 tier is the sponsor. Whenever I check the scoreboard sponsor, Coffee Beans. Thank you very much. Red Sox leading the Orioles 4-3. Marlins over the Braves 2-1. Rays leading the Indians 5-0. Yankees leading the Nationals 7-0. Blue Jays lead the Twins 6-4. Phillies and Mets are tied at 3 apiece. White Sox leading the Royals 6-0. Brewers leading the Diamondbacks 5-0. And the Angels lead the Rangers 1-0. Actually, the Marlins have just defeated the Braves 2-1. As Simon is coming to the plate to resume this one in the top of the fifth. Batting .230, OPS of .555, no homers, and 6 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit left, and that is a foul ball. Broadcast Steelers, yes. We'll be doing every Steelers game, and of course, I know that probably makes some other people like, ugh, they're not a fan of the Steelers. But I have some news for you, as here's the 0-1, and that's going to be high for ball one. Again, I'll be having the Steelers game, every single Steelers game, but if you're not a Steelers fan, you'll be able to vote for the other game I do every Sunday. So if that sounds good to you, again, definitely subscribe. That's what I'm saying. If you're a sports fan, you're tuned in, definitely subscribe to the channels. That's a 1-1 foul ball as he hits this down the right line. So definitely subscribe. Again, you'll have a lot of say on the channel. A lot of say. Penn games, no, I'm not much of a hockey guy. We'll be doing at least one Penguins game, though. That will happen after the football season is over. 1-2, here is the pitch, and that'll be a breaking ball outside for ball 2. Simon again, 1 for 2 on the night. 2-2 count. They're interviewing the Pirates fan that caught the Brian Reynolds home run ball. That's so cool. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez. Spanning .281, OPS of .714, 5 homers and 19 RBIs. Again, he's 1 for 2 on the night. As McGreevy kicks and deals. That's going to be a chopper, and that's going foul. McGreevy at 76 pitches. So, again, he started off really shaky, but he's really kind of settled in. The last inning was pretty quick. This one trending in that direction. 0-1 counts, McGreevy. Rocks and fires. That's going to be chopped off his foot as it's 0-2. (0-2) count to Nicky G. Nick Gonzalez. McGreevy. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's going to be hit foul. So the count stays at 0-2. I would say it's kind of a 40% capacity tonight for the Cardinals. Historically, again, a franchise that is very proud. A very proud fan base. As here is the 0-2. That's going to be upstairs for ball 1. But for some reason, the Cardinals, whether it's payroll reasons, I think that may have been part of it. They're just, seems to be a disconnect from the fans and the ownership group as they're showing a grand mal sleep. That's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Yes, you did not. You heard correctly. A grand mal sleeping on the Pirates broadcast. That'll bring up Brian Reynolds. He's 2 for 2. Has a double and a home run. He's batting .247, OPS of .719, 14 homers and 65 RBIs. Again, I've been saying for a few weeks ago, if he can get that, if he can finish the season with an OPS north of 750, I mean, shoot, that would be a great finish, as that's going to be in the dirt ball 1. And he was in the 600s. He was in the 500s at one point. Then he got over 600. Then again, he's just been slowly grinding. And here we are at 719. Look at that. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing right down the middle for a called strike, 1-1. Count is 1-1. McGreevy kicks and deals. That'll be outside. 2-1. 2-1 count to Reynolds. McGreevy is sweating up a storm out there. 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. Chopper, and that is going foul. So 2-2. 2 outs here in the top fifth. Again, the Pirates leading 4-1 over the Cardinals. Pirates not a good road team, so this is kind of a shock. Of course, this may be the only one they win this series, but hey, you heard it right here on Dr. Delay. Look at that. Look at me go. As Reynolds asks for time. All right, stepping back in again. 2-2 is the count. And Reynolds, of course, is 2 for 2 on the night. McGreevy rocks and fires. Check this swing. Oh, and that's low. Called strike 3. Reynolds shaking his head, and then he just, that was not a great call, but it is what it is. It was close, I guess. You got to protect. It may have caught the zone there on the MLB game day. It shows it did, so that maybe wasn't as bad as the Pirates broadcast made it out to be. As we head to the bottom of the fifth, the Pirates, they lead 4-1 over the Cardinals. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Make sure to leave a like. Hit that like button. Looks like that really helps out this little channel as it tells YouTube that, hey, even though it doesn't have a lot of subscribers, that they're liking it. So definitely like it up. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. Again, I do a lot of Pirates, of course. I'll be doing every Steelers game. But, again, I do bounce around Major League Baseball. So it's not always a Pirates channel. You can see, again, did Brewers Cubs. That was pretty nice. Obviously that's more of a college game, but that really did well for me. Of course, again, it just bounced around. It is mostly Pirates though. So if you're a Pirates fan, it's a no-brainer. But again, if you're just a sports fan in general, definitely subscribe to the channel. As again, I can scroll and you'll see that there's some streams on there where there's really no black and yellow. It's because again, I do bounce around. But of course, enjoying the Pirates while I have them because they're only here for another month. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, subscribe if you are a fan of sports in general. So definitely do it. The Pirates will have a pitching change. No more Oviedo. It's going to be Andrew Heaney. Heaney is going to be coming in. You should talk better of the Pirates. I keep it real. I'm not going to be lying to anybody here. 5-10 for 5.04 ERA, whip of a 1.33. Last 7 games, though, again, he struggled. Even out of the pen, he has struggled. 1-2, 7.61 ERA. So, Heaney's just trying to find something. His early season form was great, but he has struggled as of late. Pedro Pages is stepping up to the plate to begin the bottom of the fifth. Again, the Pirates leading 4-1 in this one. Here is the pitch. That is going to be high and outside for ball 1. 90 on the radar gun. You think we lose? I don't know. It's baseball. Anything could really happen. 1-0 count. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Off-speed pitch below the knees. 1-1. Pages is 0 for 1 tonight. Struck out in the second inning. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit foul. Count is 1-2. Heaney kicks and deals. Check this swing. Did he go? He did. He struck him out on a pitch way outside. That'll bring up Nathan Church. He's batting 111, OPS of 428, 1 homer and 5 RBIs. He had a sacrifice fly earlier. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Oh, 1 count. Heaney rocks and fires. Tapper, and that's going to roll foul. Once again, 0-2 count here to Nathan Church. Pirates leading 4-1 here in the bottom of the fifth. The Cardinals, again, only 5.5 games back in the wild card. So, again, they need to get it together. But right now they look lifeless at the plate as Heaney kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. And as soon as I open my big mouth. Oh, and Simon has some trouble in right. He's taken off to second. Throw to second. He is safe. Oh, my goodness. Look at, there's some life. There's the crowd finally has something to cheer for. And Simon just a little bit of a bobble and right, allowing Church to take off to second. Look at that, a guy on in scoring position. That'll bring up Lars Nootbaar. He's batting .238, OPS of 714, 13 homers, and 44 RBIs on the season. He's 0 for 2 on the night. And Church, as soon as he saw that bobble, he took off. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside for ball one. Again, the Cardinals, the runner in scoring position. 1-0 count to Lars Nootbaar. Heaney kicks and deals. That's in the dirt for ball two. Heaney sets. Looks back at second. Looks back again. Kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. Two and one to Nootbaar. Heaney sets. Looks back at second. And fires. That is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. 2-2. Heaney sets and delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going to get out of play. Pickett is a Raider? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? There's no way. He's a Raider? Did you send it to me? Can you send it to me real quick? Here's the 2-2. Ground ball to first. Horowitz throws to first. Heaney covering the bag for outs number 2. So runner on third. That'll bring up Mason Wynn. You mean Dave Parker? That'll be pretty cool. Apparently I'm having some issues here. Mason Wynn coming to the plate. I don't know if I'm going to be able to look at it. I don't know why it's not loading. All right, whatever. Here is the pitch. Breaking ball. That's in there for a called strike. Internet has had some issues. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. And that is in there for a called strike. 0-2. 0-2 count, 2 outs. Runner on third, just 90 feet away are the Cardinals. Here is the pitch. That is high for ball one. You were 9? Okay. Once again, 1-2 counts. Heaney rocks and fires. That'll be upstairs for ball 2. Kenny Pickett, a Raider. That's wild. Two and two count. Here's the pitch. Chopper, and that is going foul. Oh, my gosh. I see that. That's wild. Well, I mean, it's not really shocking. Well, he's going to be the main backup. I mean, shoot. Get to talk it up with Tom. 2-2 count. Heaney rocks and fires. Ground ball. Oh, diving attempt by Triolo, and he's not able to recover in time. And the Cardinals get another run, as now it's 4-2. Orioles, oh, wow, dude, thank you so much. Birdwatcher, how's it going? Janet, thank you for stopping on by. Appreciate it, guys. Wonder what happened. How did the Orioles game go? What happened there? As Alec Burleson will be at the plate, batting .286, OPS of .784. Here is the pitch. That is high and outside for ball one. 15 homers, 59 RBIs on the year for Burleson. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Orioles, thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. I know you're too cool. Such a cool guy. Just stop by to hit the like button again. Thank you very much. That like button is so clutch. Here is the 1-0, and that's going to be in there for a called strike. Hello there. Michael, how's it going? Matt, how's it going? The Orioles losing 4-3 to Boston. Oh, that is unfortunate. AL East battle there. 1-1 count. Heaney delivers, and that's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Yeah, we got Pirates and the Cardinals. Pirates, of course, they lead 4-2. Reynolds with the 2-run shot in the third. Horowitz with one home run of his own, following back-to-back. 1-2 count. Heaney looking over and delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that's a foul ball. Well, that's tough. Hopefully you guys regroup for tomorrow, as you guys, of course, will play the Sox again. Again, thank you very much, Birdwatcher. Appreciate you. I really do. I will return the favor very, very soon, I promise. 1-2 count. Heaney kicks and deals. That's going to be chopped off his foot. And that's where the count will remain at 1-2. Mets have come back to take the lead on the Phillies. Oh, wow. As the Cardinals, they're 5.5 back from the Mets. Obviously, they need to show a lot more fight tonight, but they need the Mets to lose. They need the Reds to lose. They need these teams in front of them to lose, but they also need a win. 1-2 count. Heaney looks over, kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down just inside the left field line. And looks like that is actually going to go out of play, so it's going to be a ground rule double, and probably for the best, as that's going to stop a win at third. Again, Heaney has just not been good, and, we're seeing that here and now. That'll bring up Wilson Contreras, batting .260, OPS of .801, 19 homers and 70 RBIs on the season. Contreras is 0 for 2 on the night. Bradish is back tomorrow night. I'm not familiar with him. I know it's probably unacceptable to you, but I'm kind of a casual, especially, I haven't really covered much of the AL this year for some reason, and that is an 0-1 count to Contreras. That's in there for a called strike. Skeens has been dealing this season. Dr. DeLay needs some run support. I agree. Here's the 0-1. That's a ground ball up the middle, and Gonzalez couldn't get there in time as it's off his glove. Sawinski has it, and it's a tie game. Oh, the Orioles fans come in. Maybe it's the Ravens fan juju. I don't know. But now the Cardinals have tied it up against the Pirates. It's 4-4. Gorman will be at the plate. He's 0 for 1 with the walk as the Cardinals again tying it up. Skeens is a beast. He is. The Pirates, again, the offseason didn't go. Again, they didn't add anybody, so it's not really a surprise of, how the season has went. Again, Heaney just now is a mound visit here. Again, Heaney's just been a disaster. Again, they took out the starter. Of course, he's just coming back from a serious injury, Johan Oviedo. So he only pitched 4 innings. And this is Heaney. Heaney's just been a rough 5-10, of course. 5.09 ERA. But you look at his last 7 games, 7.25 ERA. It's just been a disaster. He's just not been the same guy as he was the first 2 months of the season. Which, ironically, the Pirates were terrible those first 2 months. But it is what it is. As Gorman is coming to the plate as the mound visit, the meeting of the minds concludes. Heaney sets, kicks, and deals. And that'll be in there for a called strike. Gotta go. Have a good night. Thank you again. Thank you very much, Janet. Thank you again, Orioles Birdwatcher. I'm not too sure if you're still here, but thank you again. And I promise I will be returning the favor very soon. 0-1 count. Heaney kicks and fires. And that'll be outside as it's 1-1. 1-1 count, 2 outs. Runner on first. The Cardinals have tied it up. Looking for more. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. One and 2 to Gorman. It's a brand new ball game as Heaney sets, rocks, and fires. That's going to be hit to left center, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Pham and Sawinski better book it. Sawinski is there, throws it in. Contreras is running, and Peguero can't field it in quickly. The Pirates are falling apart here in the 5th as the Cardinals have just taken the lead. Unbelievable stuff. Andrew Heaney is washed, as that'll bring up Thomas Sajazi. It's batting .252, OPS of .612, 1 homer and 14 RBIs. Again, just splitting the difference right there in left center. Sawinski, the faster of the two. And that's going to do it for Heaney, as Heaney will exit as his confidence is done. And they're going to bring in a guy that also has struggled with confidence, Colin Holderman. They'll be right back. I, of course, will be right here, as this night was looking pretty good. Again, I'll go ahead and move my big fat head and see the box score there. The Pirates, of course, jumping out to an early advantage, 1-0. The Cardinals, of course, tying it up in the second. But then the Pirates answer right back with 3 runs to take the lead 4-1, and it held there for the rest of the 3rd and 4th innings. But here in the bottom of the 5th, the Cardinals looking like, hey, you know what? We can still actually make the playoffs if we beat these guys, and that's what you're kind of seeing here in the 5th. Again, 5-4, and the Pirates just don't look all that great. New pitcher, so I can move myself back. Yeah, look at that. It's me. But, no, it's not me. It's going to be Colin Holderman. He's had a rough year, folks. 0-1, 8.84 ERA, whip of a 2.02. His last 7 appearances, 9.39. So it's actually worse than I thought. His last appearance, though, on Saturday, 1 innings pitched, no earned. So there's something. So maybe, just maybe, you'll have a good night tonight to carry that performance here. Again, just try to get 1 out. That's all they need to get out of this. Once again, folks, thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are a sports fan, make sure to hit that like button. If you like sports, hit that like button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel. That's what I do here. I do play-by-play. It's a lot for the Pirates, of course, but, you know, I do, again, bounce around Major League Baseball. As, again, Sajazi is coming to the plate as Holderman is on the mound. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. I don't know what's going on with the broadcast or my mic, but it's going crazy. So 1-0 count here to Sajazi. Again, runner on second, 2 outs. Oreo fans brought the curse to your Pirates tonight. Nah, it's all good. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. That is in there for a called strike. Count is 1-1. Holderman sets and fires. And that is in there for a called strike. Well, I don't know what's going on here. We're taking that off until later. I don't know what's going on. 1-2 count. I'll have no crowd, no nothing. It's all me here. Holderman sets and fires. That's way in the dirt. The ball gets away, but Gorman can't do nothing with it as Bart was able to block it in front, keeping it in front. So again, 2-2. Cardinals, of course, with 4 runs in this inning, looking for more. A runner on second, 2 outs. That is the situation. 2-2 is the count. As Holderman sets, rocks, and fires. Breaking ball, that is low for ball 3. Again, Holderman is another guy that the Pirates have that just lacks the confidence, and you're kind of seeing it now. 3-2 counts, and looks like Holderman's going to ask for time. Joseph Broseph, how's it going? Good to see you. Pirates undefeated the rest of the season, no doubt. Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, it's looking like, hey, you know what? We may win tonight. Just at the top of this inning, the Pirates are leading 4-1, but in the bottom, the Cardinals with 4 runs in this inning, of course, looking for more. 3-2 count. Holderman looks back, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit, and that's going to be another run for the Cardinals. They now lead 6-4. And the Pirates just look lost. Unbelievable. That'll bring up Jordan Walker. I don't know what is going on. We're having some major league issues here, but we're still on the air, so that's all that matters. But, man, what is going on here? And Walker at the plate. Here is the pitch. And that's going to be low for ball 1. Walker is batting .235, OPS of 613. 4 homers and 32 RBIs. He is 1 for 2 on the night. Holderman sets, kicks, and deals. Chopper, and that's going foul. 1-1 is the count. As this night seems to be getting worse and worse. Again, the Pirates looking really good, and then just all of a sudden, we've been here for a while. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to third, and Triolo has trouble with it. Throws to first, and I think he does get him by a step, but something's going on for the Pirates. As the Cardinals, again, with 5 runs here in the bottom of the 5th. The Cardinals take the lead 6-4. As we head to the top of the 6th. Oh, my goodness. Again, thank you, everyone, for tuning on in. Appreciate you guys so much. Again, make sure to leave a like. Hit that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Definitely helps out the channel a lot, of course. Again, a super thank you to the scoreboard sponsor. Of course, everyone, everyone that has become a member. But a super thank you to Coffee Beans, our scoreboard sponsor. As we'll take a trip around Major League Baseball. The Rays lead the Indians 8-0 in the bottom of the 8th. Yankees lead the Nationals 10-0 in the bottom of the 8th. The Blue Jays lead the Twins 10-4 in the top of the 8th. The White Sox lead the Royals 7-0 in the top of the 8th. The Mets taking the lead against the Phillies 5-3 in the bottom of the 6th. The Brewers lead the Diamondbacks 6-5 at the top of the 6th. The Angels lead the Rangers 2-0 in the bottom of the 5th. Final scores again: the Red Sox defeating the Orioles 4-3, and the Marlins defeating the Braves 2-1. Rolling with Randy. Oh, geez, I know. They'd get Skeens last year. I'm lost here. Last year, every game Paul pitched would go to crap one bullpen. Yeah, that's kind of how it's been. But, today was, they were just keeping an eye on Oviedo's pitch count. But I don't know. He looks fine to me. He's better than whoever they have. That's a bummer. It's a bummer. Well, the poll is probably irrelevant now, but we're just going to go ahead and end it there. 81% of you guys think the Pirates are going to win. Thank you guys for that. But unfortunately, I feel like those votes were in a much, much earlier. 2 up for the Pirates will be Horowitz, Pham, and Triolo to begin the top of the 6th. As Horowitz is at the plate, he has already homered tonight. He's batting .258, OPS of 725, 7 homers, and 38 RBIs. as McGreevy is out there for another. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. We got 3 bats. We can do it. Yes, we do. We got plenty more. We'll see what happens. Here is the 1-0. And that's going to be just high for ball 2. Horwitz 1 for 2. Had a solo home run in the 3rd inning. 2-0 count. McGreevy kicks and deals. That's going to be just high again. Ball 3. These are really close, folks. Michael, yes, when I voted, it was 4-2. Yeah, you guys came in, it was 4-2. The Cardinals had just scored a run, and they just piled on. Here is the 3-0. That is high for ball 4. A 4-pitch walk. McGreevy doesn't really like the calls, but no, they were all pretty high. That'll bring up Tommy Pham. He's batting .265, OPS of 724, 7 homers and 38 RBIs. He is 0 for 2 on the night. Runner on first, nobody out here in the top of the 6th. The Pirates have just lost the lead in the bottom of the 5th. Cardinals scoring 5. The Pirates need to retaliate. Can they do it? Pickoff attempt, but Horwitz is back safe and sound. So, Dr. Delaney, you cover all major sports and college. I cover baseball, of course, football, NFL, and college football. As here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. And then a little bit of college basketball. Not really much else. NBA I will not do. I'm not an NBA guy anymore. That was more of my childhood back in the 2000s to early 2010s. Not much more. Here's the 0-1. Ground ball to short. There's 1. And 2. A double play. That is a tough one for the Pirates. That's pretty much it. I mean, I will be doing one hockey game at least. If it does well, if I do well with it, if I enjoy it, and there's a decent crowd, heck, I might try and do some more hockey, but I won't promise that. Again, I'm just going to do that one game, and we'll see what happens. As Triello is coming to the plate, he is 1 for 2, of course, with a double. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Walker jogging on over, and will make the catch for out number 3. Very quickly, the Pirates go down. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. The Cardinals still lead 6-4. Could be a rival Virginia Cavaliers fan here. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm having some indecision right now with the I'm a Pitt Panthers guy, but with how the college streams are, you probably saw, I don't know if you looked at YouTube this past Saturday, but it was pretty much littered with, illegal streaming. So it really puts a thing on me for the streamers that are calling the game play-by-play, trying to do it legit. It was kind of a challenge. So, I'm asking my subscribers, hey, what should I do? I'm a Pitt fan, but what will you guys be doing? Pretty much they're saying, no, I'm not a Pitt fan, so put whatever you want. And the reason I'm saying that is I don't really know how to cheat the system. I just kind of got lucky. But my Sam Houston Western Kentucky game, again, it's a nobody game, but I kind of was like, okay, well, I feel like if all the games on Saturday, this might do the best for me. It's my second most, it was my second most tuned in to game, and so that's kind of the route I'm thinking. Like, I have to really be careful on what I choose to put on here for college football because, again, the other games will probably be shown in their entirety on here, and I'm not going to be able to compete with that. Everyone would rather watch the game, with a commentary that's right there, with the crowd that's right there, with all the things happening. I can't do that, or else the channel's gone. So yeah, I have to be pretty careful. Long story short, yeah, I'll be doing college, but it may not be the most appealing. It'll pretty much just be like those specific fan bases that, have to tune in. But again, if you're a sports fan, definitely do that. And again, the NFL will be doing every Steelers game, and of course, the subscribers of the channel will be voting on the other NFL game I'll be doing. So again, if you're a football fan of another team, you could potentially vote your team in if they have an opposite time slot of the Steelers. So that is what my offer is to you guys. As here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. 0-1. Of course, the Baltimore crowd that's here, you're probably a Ravens fan, so I know I'll see you guys at least twice. At least I'll see you guys twice for sure. Pothead's at the plate. He's 0 for 2. 0-1 count. Holderman sets, kicks, and deals. Chopper to third. Triolo has it. Throws to first for out number 1. All right, 1 away for the Cardinals. That's going to bring up Nathan Church, batting 158, OPS of 506, 1 homer, and 5 RBIs. What happened? Well, the Pirates took out their starter, and their reliever allowed 5 runs. Yep. That's the Pirates. That's what happens. Here's the pitch to Church. That's going to be a grounder to short. Peguero has it, throws to first. He's out. Oh, and Church, he's a speedster. He's appealing, pointing back to the dugout to check it. It was a nice play by Peguero. He had to really book it. We'll see what happens. And there's the replay there. Again, it was a close one. Peguero with a nice play, throwing. Of course, you're going to stick with Peguero and not actually show to the first base. That's very nice. There we go. Oh, I think he's going to be safe. Oh, that is so tough. Church is very fast. Sounds good, Commander's fan. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know how many 3 o'clock games or 4 o'clock games you guys have, but again, you'll be able to vote them in. You know, if they have an opposite time slot of the Steelers, you'll have the opportunity. I'm leaving the NFL up to you guys. You know, obviously I'll be covering my Steelers, but the NFL, that will be in the hands of the subscribers. At least one game a week you guys will pick. I know, Hammer. It's typical Pirates. That's what it is. Wow, C. Yeah, I know. I don't know what C means, but again, thank you for tuning in. You sure? Again, I recognize the name. Appreciate you for stopping on by, of course. And, of course, welcome to stay on in. As, again, the Pirates are losing. I think Church is going to beat it out. Cards can be, oh, okay. I was wondering what. Yeah, no, the Cardinals looking pretty good. There's a challenge, by the way, if you guys are wondering what's going on. I'm just talking over here, yapping for no reason. No, well, it's a close play at first, and the Cardinals definitely appealing the call, and I think he's going to be safe. Rangers can't get a dang base runner past second. Ugh. Sounds like the Pirates. Really, the question is, did the foot... Yeah, no, that definitely touched the base there, because he didn't actually land on top of the base. He landed in front of the base, but I'm thinking, no, he clearly touched the base there. So before the ball was completely in the glove, the ball was touching the glove, but I don't know what really... That's one of those things where it's like, what is possession? You know, we all know about the catch rule in football. It's all, what is a catch? Very interesting here. What is a catch in baseball? Don't really have to think about that much, but we have a situation here where, and this has taken a while, so I think, I don't know, this is going to be a tough call. Meanwhile, once again, thank you guys for tuning on in. Again, just clicking on this live stream really does help out this little channel a lot. Again, make sure to hit that like button. That like button is so clutch for those small channels. And make sure to subscribe if you're a sports fan, sports bet, or whatever. Definitely subscribe, because I might be calling a game you need some information on. And, of course, you know, if you're a Pittsburgh Pirates fan and a Steelers fan, well, I got you covered for pretty much every Steelers game and most Pirates games. And I do bounce around Major League Baseball. I'm not going to be promising the Cardinals fans here, though. Oh, yeah, I'm going to cover the Cardinals. No, that's not necessarily what's going to be happening. But, hey, you never know. If you guys make the playoffs, you guys are able to get in, I might see you there. And, oh, they're going to call him out. Oh, wow, that was an interesting call there. So I guess they're saying the ball was touching the glove. He didn't squeeze the glove. I don't know why he exited out there. But, wow, that's an interesting call. You guys, if you guys get to look at the replay or, you know, any of the highlights of this game, this will be for sure on there. The ball was touching the glove, but it wasn't squeezed, and yet they're calling that an out as Holderman kicks and deals. That is in there for a called strike. Newt Barr at the plate. He is 0 for 3. He's batting .237, OPS of .712, 13 homers, and 44 RBIs. Holderman. And that's going to be, I don't know what happened, but it's a strike. That is a strike. It's 0-2. I do apologize. I don't know what happened there. Count is 0-2. Holderman kicks and deals. That's going to be in the dirt, ball one. 91. And his fastball is usually in the high 90s. I'm assuming that was like a splitter or a changeup or something. Count is 1-2. Holderman sets and fires. That is low for ball two. 96. 96 on the gun. Count is 2-2 to Nootbaar. Holderman sets, rocks, and fires. That'll be outside for ball three. Is Holderman pitching around or just can't locate the strike zone? I'm not too sure. Part of me is thinking the latter. As it's 3-2. Holderman sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to be a foul ball. As no one knew where the ball went, apparently. I don't know. Three and two counts to Lars Nootbaar. 2 outs, nobody on here in the bottom of the sixth. The Cardinals leading 6-4. Holderman sets and delivers. Ground ball to second. Gonzalez throws to first for out number 3. All right, well, hey, no runs there for the Cardinals. That is a shocker. As we head to the top of the 7th, the Cardinals, of course, lead the Pirates 6-4. Of course, thank you all. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. I do appreciate it. Again, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. And, of course, a special thank you to the donors. Appreciate it. Again, the members and all that. Again, Coffee Beans, the scoreboard sponsor, so that's what I'm about to go over again. That's what that tier does, sponsored by you. The Rays lead the Indians 9-0. The Yankees lead the Nationals 10-0. Blue Jays all over the Twins 10-4. White Sox lead the Royals 7-0. The Mets, they lead the Phillies 6-3. The Brewers lead the Diamondbacks 6-5. Let's see here. The Angels lead the Rangers 2-0. Final scores: the Red Sox over the Orioles 4-3, and the Marlins over the Braves 2-1. That is what's been happening across Major League Baseball. New pitcher for the Cardinals. It's going to be Kyle. Oh man, is it Lee or Lehigh? I don't know. It's going to be one of those. He's 3-1, 3.16 ERA, whip of a 1.19, but he struggled as of late, as you can see on the screen if you're able to look at it. 1-0, but a 5.40 ERA in his last 7 appearances with a whip of a 1.5. So just a little struggles, some struggles as of late for Kyle. We'll just call him Kyle. That's good. That'll work. Do it for the Pirates will be Sawinski, Bart, and Peguero, all of them with no hits, though Sawinski has walked. Scheduled starters for tomorrow will be Keller, 5-12 with a 4.34 ERA, and then Palante, 6-11 with a 5.17 ERA. Sawinski again is 0-for-1 with the walk. He's batting .123, OPS of .509, 3 homers and 7 RBIs. As Kyle sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be in there, but it's not called a strike. Let's see if the broadcast was working. 1-0 counts. He delivers. That's going to be high for ball 2. It's working. Count is 2-0. Kicks and deals. That's going to be outside for ball 3. Sawinski can draw a walk better than most. 3-0 count. He delivers. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Obviously, that batting average not too great, but look at the on-base percentage, more than double his batting average. I know that's not saying much, but, you know, that's pretty neat. 3-1. Breaking ball, that is outside for ball 4. So another walk for Sawinski. That'll bring up Joey Bart. He is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He's batting .243, OPS of .663, 2 homers and 21 RBIs on the season. Again, we're here in the top of the 7th. The Cardinals lead 6-4 over the Pirates. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. Walker on the run. Sliding attempt. He can't make the catch, as Church has to come back him up. Of course, Sawinski was chilling in between first and second because he had no idea what was going to happen there. And Walker just could not make the sliding catch. It was a nice effort, but nothing doing. So the Pirates with runners at first and second with nobody out. That'll bring up Liover Pequero. He's batting .210, OPS of .688, 4 homers and 7 RBIs. And looks like it's going to step off here. Look back, Sawinski to the bag. Again, Pequero is 0 for 2 on the night. Kyle looks back and, he's showing bunt. Tapper right back to the pitcher. He's going to throw to third. And he throws it over the third baseman, but luckily Wynn was right there to back him up. That could be a costly decision. Tapper, it was a bunt right back to the pitcher, and he tried to be a hero and throw to third. Instead, he decides to try to throw it into the crowd, but Wynn luckily was right there to back up the third baseman, as its base is loaded with nobody out for the Pirates. Wow, Wynn being there, I mean, that is huge, as that'll bring up again Ronnie Simon batting .227, OPS of .547, no homers, 6 RBIs. As there's a mound visit now, he's just chatting it away like, hey, what the heck was that? What were you doing? I don't know, I'm just assuming what he's saying. Probably not anything like that. Bases loaded again whenever this pitching mound visit, whatever it concludes. As it's concluded, Simon at the plate. He's 1 for 3 and has come across to score. That was in the first inning. So the Pirates with a chance to take back the lead, or at least get some runs on the board here. In the 7th, Lee sets, kicks, and deals. Chopper, and that is a foul ball. Count is 0-1 again, bases loaded. Nobody out. Lee from the stretch. Ground ball, and that is also a foul. A foul ball. That means I need water, folks. That's what that means. Oh, 2 count to Simon. Lee delivers. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. He was very late, but just protecting. No homers in his young career. Probably not happening here. Here is the 0-2. Breaking ball way outside for ball 1. 5'8", 150 pounds. I mean, hey. Might have a lot of heart. Here's the 1-2. Ground ball, and once again foul. That one was way inside. He was just self-defense mode there. Bing, how's it going? Thank you for stopping on by. The Pirates were leading 4-1 earlier. The Cardinals with the 5-run bottom of the 5th. Bases loaded for the Pirates as that's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That is a huge out there, as a ground ball could get the Cardinals out of this. And that'll bring up Nick Gonzalez. It's 1 for 3. It's batting .280, OPS of 711, 5 homers and 19 RBIs. Lee sets in, fires. Breaking ball, that is below the zone for ball 1. Again, if you're just tuning in, it's bases loaded, 1 out for the Pirates here in the top of the 7th. Cardinals leading 6-4. So I'm trying to find a... Here's the 1-0. That is outside for ball 2 as I try to find the volume here. Can't find the correct volume. 2-0 count. Pirates warming up some pitchers in the bullpen. Here's the 2-0. Gonzalez hits this, and that's going to be a souvenir. That is a foul ball. So 2 balls and 1 strike. Jojo Romero warming up in the Cardinals bullpen. Lee sets, kicks and deals. Gonzalez hits this to right. Walker is settling under it and makes the catch. Sawinski booking it to home, and that is a sacrifice fly. As it's 6-5. Runners on the corners as that'll bring up Brian Reynolds. He is 2 for 3. With the home run and a double, batting .247, OPS of 718, 14 homers and 65 RBIs. Is the chat sophisticated? It wasn't earlier. It has settled down now. It has settled down a lot in the last 2 innings. Pretty much ever since the raid by the Oriole fans, it has kind of calmed down the chat, and I appreciate that. The chat was a little bit crazy earlier. As Lee sets, kicks and deals. Checked his swing. That is outside ball one. I really should just say knock it off or just time him out. That's what I should do. I really need to do that. 1-0 count to Brian Reynolds. Again, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Pirates trailing by 1 here in the top of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. That is outside, but it's called a strike. And Reynolds was struck out looking earlier. Now that pitch was below the zone. He was not happy. Reynolds with a great night tonight. Can he produce some more? Here is the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2, 84 mile per hour breaking ball. He was way out in front. The count is 1-2. It is tough, Bing. It is. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners on the corners, 2 out. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Oh, the ball got away. And all that's going to happen is the first base runner is going to move to second. Paul is doing a good job of keeping it in front. That was a breaking ball in the dirt. And it was kept in front by Paul. Is doing a good job back there. Count is 2-2. Lee looks back at second, kicks and fires. Chopper off of Reynolds. It hit Reynolds. Hit himself. The count stays at 2-2. How are the Mets doing tonight? They were up last time we checked. Last time we checked, the Mets had taken the lead over the Phillies in the 7th, I believe. Here's the 2-2. That is way upstairs for ball 3. Again, you have a base open, and Reynolds has been pretty good tonight, so maybe that's what they're thinking now. Of course, Horowitz also hit a home run tonight as well. Count is 3-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Paez throws to first for out number 3, but the Pirates are able to get a run on the board as it's 6-5 as we head to the bottom of the 7th. Yeah, the Mets actually leading 10-3. Oh my goodness, the Mets all over the Phillies tonight. Well, that escalated quickly in New York. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on, and make sure to hit that like button. hit that like button. Helps out this little channel. And subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, sports fan, or whatever, definitely subscribe. I might be calling a game you need to know something about or whatnot. Again, it's a lot of baseball. Obviously it's baseball season. A lot of Pirates baseball. Of course, I do bounce around. I have bounced around before. And I'll probably do it again. I expect to do that, of course, this series. Of course, I do plan on covering the Thursday of this series. I wanted to do 3. I don't know. We'll see. I might have to change it up and only do the 2. This one and, of course, the Thursday afternoon. That one's a guarantee I am doing, but I don't know. Might have to change it up. We'll see. I don't know. You apologize. Can you please repeat? It was just, that's all good. The Mets, they are leading the Phillies 10-3 in the 7th inning. So definitely looking good for the Mets tonight. But again, make sure to subscribe, of course, if you haven't done so already. It is a sports channel. That is what I do here, play-by-play with Dr. Delay. New pitcher for the Pirates will be Johan Ramirez. This is your guy, 1-1 record, 6.10 ERA, whip of a 1.5. Last 7 appearances, it's actually been worse than that, 7.71 ERA with a whip of a 1.8. So maybe he can settle down tonight in his last actual game against the Rockies. 1 inning, 1 earned. Bottom of the 7th. Wynn is at the plate. He is 1 for 3 with an RBI. Excellent news. Much appreciate that. Hey, I'm glad to deliver it. Glad to deliver it. Again, the Mets trying to stay alive for the playoffs. Again, they had looked like they were a shoo-in for the playoffs, and then all of a sudden, they had a really rough. Pretty much ever since the All-Star break, they've been struggling, though they may be turning it around as of late, but we'll see. Again, they looking good tonight, as here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. Mason Wynn, again, 1 for 3, batting .259, OPS of .691, 9 homers and 47 RBIs. Not expect this from the Mets on a Christopher Sanchez start. Yeah, Sanchez has been very good this year, as here is the 1-0. That'll be outside for ball 2. Well, I think that pretty much gives Skeens a very comfortable margin for the NL Cy Young, because it was Sanchez. It was also Wheeler as well, who was also on the Phillies, but then he got injured. 2-0 count to Win. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Count is 2-1 to Mason Wynn. Ramirez sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit foul, as that'll become a souvenir. Phillies' magic number is 26 for the NL East. Oh, wow. I didn't realize they were doing the magic numbers yet. Usually that's like September 1st. That's cool, though. Count is 2-2. Here is the pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner, breaking ball. It froze him. He struck him out. That'll bring up Burleson. Greg Brown just copied me. He said it froze him. I'm like, oh, I beat you there. Burleson's 2 for 3, batting .288, OPS of .789. 15 homers and 59 RBIs. We mustn't allow them to get there. It'll be a tough one, Bing. I think the Phillies probably got the division. Here's the pitch. That is going to be in there for a called strike. Again, the Cardinals, I mean, that's kind of been the story I was kind of pushing earlier with these two teams. I mean, the Pirates pretty much done. The Cardinals 5.5 back from the Mets, so they needed to win. They need to really take 3 of 4 from the Pirates. And, of course, they need some help from the Phillies. Again, the Mets, a game and a half up on the Reds. As that's in the dirt, 1-1. 1-1 count to Burleson. 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Cardinals leading 6-5. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Look at that. Burleson with a 3-hit night, and he seems to do well. He seems to do very well against the Pirates. That'll bring up Wilson Contreras. He is 1 for 3. Batting .261, OPS of 804, 19 homers, and 72 RBIs. Ramirez looks over, kicks, and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. My voice is starting to go here in the 7th. Cal Raleigh just hit his 50th home run. Wow. What a year. Count is 0-1. Ramirez sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 count to Contreras. Runner on first. 1 out. Ramirez sets on the 0-2. Rocks and fires. Called strike 3 at the knees. He struck him out. Contreras immediately walking to the dugout as soon as that pitch was caught. What just happened? Well, the umpire just tossed Contreras for some reason. Again, Contreras immediately walking. What in the world just happened? Hold on. Oh, now Contreras is getting in his... Oh, wow. He is heated. Marble is holding Contreras back. Now someone else, he throws his helmet towards the umpire. Contreras is very upset. Now Marble's like, hey, what happened? Contreras threw the bat towards the umpire just now as well. Oh my goodness, Contreras is heated. Now Marble's gone. Oh my goodness, it looked like it was, to be honest, I mean, as soon as the pitch was caught, Contreras started walking away. Now he did turn on the replay. And Contreras just threw bubblegum on the field. Oh my goodness. Contreras probably won't see the rest of this series against the Pirates if I had to guess. Again, the pitch was just right at the knees, and Contreras accepted it immediately. He was walking back to the dugout, and then he turns and says something to the umpire. And then, yeah, so the umpire was nodding his head, and Contreras just kept going, just kept mouthing. And then that's when he saw Contreras like, what the heck did I do? And then Contreras got really heated. He really got in his face and bumped the umpire. Again, that's when he threw his helmet towards the umpire. And then he eventually threw his bat at the umpire. And, of course, when he gets to the dugout, decides to throw the bubblegum on the field. Cheers, Magic Man. You're joining at an interesting time. This is simply riveting. Yes, I think he'll be suspended at least 1 game. I think maybe 3. I think it might be the rest of the series. He did not like something. Oh, he did not. And there will be fines. Oh, yes. And you just see they're showing the overhead shot. You just see a bucket of bubble gum come on the field. Oh, man, it's not the double bubble. It's the high chew. So kind of a low-quality bubble gum there in St. Louis. That's a shame. All right, well, we're resuming. Here is the pitch. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. This is he is 1 for 2. I believe with the walk as well. Batting .229, OPS of 750, 12 homers and 40 RBIs. Sounds like y'all are having fun out there. Oh, it's something. It is something. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Ball was wildly in the dirt. And Burleson's going to hustle to second. He was torqued. He was really ticked off. He was very upset. If the bubblegum was already chewed, he may be part of the season. I don't know about that. That looked like the wrapper was definitely covering all the... Anyway, 0-2 count. I think we're about to settle down here. Love how the pitcher still hit the zone after all that. Oh yeah. He was locked in. Ramirez looks back at Burleson. Sets and fires. That's going to be hit to left, and that is going to be a foul ball. Could you imagine stepping in that mess? It would be definitely kind of intense. I don't think I could ever be an umpire or a referee. Now, I've been a player on the field with, intense moments like that. As here is the 0-2. That's going to be popped up. Bart Horowitz trying to look for it, and they can't find it as that is a few rows deep in the crowd. Soccer, I've been a part of some soccer matches that went south. That was something. That was in my younger days, back when I was 165 pounds. Many, many moons ago. Those were the days. Yep, it was fun. 0-2 count. Again, a guy on second. That is Burleson. Cardinals leading 6-5. And again, Contreras and the manager, Marmol, they've been tossed. Here's the 0-2. Called strike 3. Gorman doesn't like it. Now he's going to share some words. He's probably better. Yeah, he's not going to say anything else. He doesn't want to get tossed. So, we enter the top of the 8th. The Cardinals lead 6-5. Have I ever been ejected? No, I have gotten a red card, and that's because I refused to. I got a red card in soccer, and this was after the match. I refused to shake hands with a player that was playing pretty much dirty the whole match. Like he was slide tackling, like after the ball had already been sent, but the referee wasn't seeing it. So pretty much I was hand slapping everybody down the line, and then I pretty much did that with him. I wasn't going to touch. No, I don't want to touch him. The referee saw that, and he said, "Hey, come here. You're going to shake his hand." So I kind of go like this to him. And I'm like, "Nah, I'm good." And then I got a red card, and I was suspended the game, but then I appealed, and I was able to play that next game. But I'm like, nah, I'm not going to shake that guy's hand. He was a dirty player. He was hurting my players, and, I was good. I didn't need to shake hands. 2 home runs. Wow, he's on fire tonight. I already hit his 60th. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. Of course, it's a lot of Pirates baseball, but I do bounce around. Of course, I'll be doing plenty of the NL postseason. So, again, if the Cardinals are able to get on a hot streak, I might see you guys there. I'm not going to promise any regular season matches for you guys, but, again, if you're just a sports fan in general or a sports bettor, this is a good channel for you. Again, appreciate the members, and again, special thank you to Coffee Beans, who is our scoreboard sponsor. Appreciate you again, Coffee Beans. Let's see here if I can get this done really quickly. Mets leading the Phillies 10-3. Brewers over to the Diamondbacks 6-5. Angels leading the Rangers 3-0. Mariners leading the Padres 1-0. Final scores: Red Sox over the Orioles 4-3. Rays over the Indians 9-0. Marlins over the Braves 2-1. Yankees over the Nationals 10-5. Blue Jays over the Twins 10-4. And the White Sox over the Royals 7-0. And we will have a pinch hitter. Actually, we do have a new pitcher, JoJo Romero, the new pitcher for the Cardinals. 4-5, 2.31 ERA, a WHIP of a 1.26. Not too shabby. As Isaiah Kiner-Falefa is pinch hitting for Horowitz. Here is the pitch that is in there for a called strike. Sounds like it was justified. I thought so. How many games are the Mets away from qualifying for the playoff? Ooh, it's going to be a while. Bang, here is the pitch. Ground ball up the middle. Oh, Romero able to snag it and throw it to first for out number 1. I would say they still got plenty of time left, Bing. The Mets, they're only, if I can show, I don't know if you're looking at the screen right now. I have to make it quick. But they're 69-61. They're only a game and a half up on the Reds, so they still have a lot of baseball left. The Reds are right there on their toes, or the heels, I should say, as that's a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. Phams batting .265, OPS of .722, 7 homers, and 38 RBIs. He is 0 for 3 on the night. Oh, my goodness. Randy, I thank you very much. As here is the pitch that is in the dirt, ball 2. Thank you very much, Randy. Let me go ahead and want at least, in my early days, I'm able to shout you guys out. So definitely want to do that. Here's the 2-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. So I'll be able to after the after the stream is over, I'll put you on that donor and member things. Thank you again. Really appreciate it. Here's the 2-1 ground ball foul. Of course, he says try again. Maybe he's telling the Pirates to try again. Maybe he's telling Contreras, hey, maybe try again. Don't do that next time. I don't know. Ryan Howard was that oaf like fella that played? I wouldn't call Ryan Howard an oaf. Here's the 2-2. That is going to be low for ball 3. I like Ryan Howard. Ryan Howard was, pre-injury, he was very good. He was elite. And then after the injury, he was just not the same. 3-2 count. Here is the pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 4. So Pham draws the walk. Again, thank you very much, Randy. I really appreciated that. I really do. That is awesome. Triolo at the plate. He's batting .214, OPS of 656, 5 homers and 18 RBIs. Why is there a video game graphic appearing in the chat? Because Randy has donated some money. I really, again, appreciate it. Here is the pitch. That is inside for ball 1. I guess he picked the try again. I don't even know the stickers, to be honest with you. I should probably look those up. 1-0 count to Romero. Squats and sets, kicks and deals. Ground ball to third, and that's going to be a foul ball. That sounded ferocious off the bat. It broke the bat. But yeah, thank you for the fiver, man. That's awesome. 1-1 counts, 1 out, 1 man on. Cardinals leading by 1. So you could say the ones are wild. Singles are wild, whatever you want to call it. Pirates, again, they were up 4-1 earlier, but the Cardinals had a really good 5th inning, scoring 5 runs, and that's been what's been keeping the Cardinals leading in this one. Triolo's taking a while to step back into the box here. Oh my goodness. 1-1 count to Triolo as Romero sets, kicks, and deals. That'll be in there for a called strike. Not sure I couldn't delete it from the choices. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to look at what in the world. I just clicked yes, like when it comes to all that stuff for the perks or whatnot. 1-2 count. That's in the dirt, ball 2. You'll have to forgive me, Randy. I'm new to all this stuff. So, Sean, how's it going? Thank you for stopping on by. I have some good news for you, Sean. I can deliver that after this 2-2 pitch from Romero as he kicks and deals. Triolo hits this to left. He is booking it, and he slides and can't make the catch. Oh, that was a great effort from the left fielder. I believe that was Nootbaar. I mean, he was booking it, but he just couldn't get there in time. As that'll bring up Andrew McCutchen. Can he be clutching? Is the question. Pinch hitting for Jack Sawinski. He's batting .241, OPS of 713, 12 homers and 47 RBIs. Hammer says, come on, tie this thing up. Well, we have a great opportunity here with Andrew McCutchen at the plate. 12 straight runs for the Mets. Wow, Christopher, again, they are just rolling. They are rolling on the Phillies. Liberty, thank you for stopping on by. I appreciate you, man. We got a close one. Yeah, the Pirates were up earlier, but then the Cardinals came roaring back. But now the Pirates with a chance to possibly tie the game. So splendid is what Bing says. So, Sean, I will say I will be returning to San Francisco at least one night this week. It's either going to be tomorrow or Wednesday. So I'll be able to cover the Giants once again. As, we'll be... Again, I can't promise. I wanted to really do 3 games for the Pirates this series, but I don't know. It's just, for some reason, it's not looking like it. So it may be 2, this one and Thursday. And as far as Tuesday and Wednesday, of course, I'll be on here. I just don't know what the games will be. I can tell you, though, Cubs-Giants will be one of them. So Sean will be able to cover your Giants once more. But we do have a pitching change again, so I don't know. It might not be favorable because McCutchen is really good against lefties. Against righties, he's more pedestrian. I'm assuming this is what... Yes, Riley O'Brien is a righty. 1-0 record, 1.56 ERA, whip of a 1.18. He has been very good, and he's going to be needed here in a crucial spot. Again, the Cardinals, if they want a shot at making the playoffs, they need to win 3 of 4 against the Pirates, at least. Also, Doctor, thank you. Hey, that's what I do. I try. They took 2 or 3 from Wall. Yeah, they did. I saw that. Giants also a team that's kind of like, well, they've been kind of falling apart, but, we'll cover them. I mean, the Cubs are obviously going to be in the playoffs. The Giants, they still technically are in it. They're 6.5 back, so just one more back of the Cardinals here tonight as McCutchen is at the plate. Runners on first and second. 1 out. Here is the pitch. That is right down the middle for a called strike. 98 on the fastball. Riley O'Brien is an Irishman. I'm assuming so with the O there. As O'Brien sets. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball. That is outside for ball 1. Cardinals fans are upset, but no, that was indeed outside. They're all putting their hands up behind home plate. They're like, where did that miss? Well, it missed. 1-1 count. O'Brien sets and fires. That is outside for ball 2. As Anthony checks in and then checks out. Anthony's done. Count is 2-1 to Andrew McCutchen. O'Brien sets and fires. Way upstairs for ball 3. So 3-1. How are you doing, buddy? I'm doing all right. Skeens for Cy Young, yeah, looking like it. I will be, I know you're a Giants fan as well, just like Sean, so I'll be doing a Giants game very soon in the upcoming days. Here's the 3-1. Ground ball to third. Uh-oh. There's 1 and 2. A double play. The Cardinals fans are happy in St. Louis. I'm sure if there's any in the chat, they are happy as well. As McCutchen grounds into a double play to end the inning. We head to the bottom of the 8th. The Cardinals still lead 6-5. You must depart. Good evening. Hey, thank you very much for stopping by, Bing. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. I really do thank you very much for your support. Reds still haven't gotten swept. They're hanging in there. And Anthony, I'll definitely be doing the Giants and Cubs either tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't know. It could be both. Just depends. I have to look at the numbers of this game. For some reason, Pirates-Cardinals does not. I don't know if there's another streamer that just is taking everybody. But, for some reason, no one, or maybe no one cares about Pirates-Cardinals. Maybe it's you know what, Pirates-Cardinals? Why would I want to watch that? I don't know. Apparently the answer is I'm good. I don't need to watch it. Again, due up for the Cardinals will be Sajazi, Walker, and Paez to lead off the bottom of the 8th. Again, folks, I can guarantee you I'll be back here in St. Louis Thursday afternoon for the conclusion of Game 4 of this series. So definitely, again, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play. Of course, I'll be on Tuesday and Wednesday. Just won't be promising a St. Louis-Pittsburgh game. We'll see, though. Maybe I'm convinced otherwise, so I don't know. It's a Monday night, Doctor. Maybe people are you might be right, but usually, so I've been looking at the numbers. Monday's pretty good. Then there's a drop-off for the second game of the series Tuesday. Then Wednesday afternoons, Thursday afternoon games for the final game of the series are always hits. Always hits. Very solid. That's why I'm doing this one in the afternoon for sure, Thursday night. Or Thursday afternoon. All right, let's see. Okay, so Jay-Z is at the plate. He is 2 for 3. 2 for 3. You're going to Cubs Giants. Oh, wow, look at that. Man, you have fun. I bet that'll be fun. All right, so Jay-Z batting .256 OPS of 620, 1 homer and 15 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. 1-0 count here to Sajazi. Here in the bottom of the 8th, Cardinals again leading 6-5. Ramirez kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Padres score 4 in the top of the second to take a 4-1 lead over the Mariners. Oh, wow. Padres, again, they're not trying to play in the wild card round, which, again, they might be the 3rd seed regardless. But winning the division is a huge advantage for that, that's going to be in there for a called strike. 1, 2, 3, go the Cincinnati Reds. All NL teams are better than AL teams. 1-2 count to Sajazi here. Again, he's 2 for 3 on the night. As Ramirez sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit foul. Greg Brown is saying the Pirates have been bad. I kind of like this. Trying to find the silver lining, of course, in the season. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be outside for ball 2 as Trisk checks in. Thank you for stopping by, sir. Again, I got to edit that Duck Hodges thing. I don't know why in the world. Yeah, I'll figure it out. I'll make it look nicer. 2-2 counts. Ramirez sets and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That'll bring up Jordan Walker. He's 1 for 3. As now my ear is... It's very loud in there. Jordan Walker batting .234, OPS of .612, 4 homers and 32 RBIs. Tatis, Sheets, and Cronenworth all hit home runs. Wow. Wow. As here is the pitch. Ground ball, and that is going foul. Michael LeMay, can the Pirates clutch up? They had an opportunity in the top of the 8th. They can. I just don't. I wouldn't put money on it, and I have a feeling that's probably what you did. So it's all good though. I would assume no. Here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit foul, unless of course you're a Pirates fan. Then you should probably already know the answer to that. I appreciate you though, Michael, for stopping on by, man. Appreciate it. Don't know a lot about any teams pitching, but there are a lot of teams that their everyday rosters are stacked. Padres being one of them. I agree. A lot of solid teams in the NL. Count is 0-2. Ramirez sets. Rocks and fires. That's going to be poked and hit to right. Peguero on the run. Oh, he couldn't make the catch. Thought he was running out of room, but actually had a little bit more than expected. But I can't really fault him. He was booking it at full speed. Giants are not. Multiple guys batting under 200. Sounds like the Pirates. Trisk has 682. Do I have that much? I don't think so. 0-2 counts. Ramirez kicks and deals. Ground ball. Oh my goodness, what in the world happened to the third baseman? It's down the left field line. Walker is cruising to second. Is he going to third? He is not. What in the world just happened? Walker with a hot shot down the left field, like pretty much right to the third baseman, Kiner Falefa. Oh, and it went right between his legs as they show the replay. Oh my goodness. And Kiner Falefa has been very good. He's been very good at third lately, but oh man, what an unfortunate. Maybe 632. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. As Ramirez sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Paz is 0 for 3, batting .221, OPS of .623, 9 homers and 40 RBIs. I'll tell you what, if it's 682, then I'm doing 3 Pirates Cardinals games. I can tell you that. That's a lot of growth. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. What was it earlier? 656, yeah. I mean, that would be insane. I don't think that's the case, though. I don't think. Of course, I have to refresh that. But 0-2 counts to Pages as Ramirez looks back, kicks, and deals. That is, that was right at the knees, but not called a strike. It's 1-2. Trisk must be proud. Yeah, he might be. I don't know. Remember someone doing that in the World Series? That's tough. 1-2 counts. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. And, Simon with the great catch. Oh, man, he putting his body on the line to make the catch. The runner, of course, moves up to third, but that's a heck of an effort by Simon. That'll bring up Nathan Church, the speedster. Getting nutmeg in baseball got to be a low light. Yeah, it was definitely something. Never seen that before. I had never seen that before. Church batting 150, OPS of 482, 1 homer and 5 RBIs. Trisk, you have issues. I might delete that comment because that is crazy. As Ramirez sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be in the dirt, ball 1. That is completely out of character for you, Trisk. But I'll okay. You can have that number, yeah. My dare officer in the 90s called me Pages. Or call me at Pages, I would agree. This guy. 1-0 counts. Ramirez sets and fires. That'll be outside. So it moves to 2-0. 2-0 counts. Ramirez sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit foul as that's fouled back. You tried deleting? Yeah, I'll go. I don't know. I'm just going to what in the world is wrong with you? What are you trying to do? Even when it's OPS, it says that number. I always round up. After one inning, the Reds and the Dodgers 0-0. 2-1. Ramirez rocks and fires. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Church didn't like the call. That was in the higher part of the zone. Two and two counts. 2 outs, runner on third. A base hit would make this a 7-5 ball game easy. As here is the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul off the catcher's mask of Bart, and Bart is grimacing a little bit. Two and two, and this game almost going to go to 3 hours. Can you believe that? Jeez, it's been a while since I've done a 3-hour game for baseball, of course. As Ramirez sets on the 2-2. Kicks and deals. Called strike 3 on the outside part of the plate. Church doesn't like it, but that is the right call. So we head to the top of the 9th. Well, the Pirates have one last chance to keep the game going. They trail 6-5 to the Cardinals. Just saw someone drop to their knees, and Kroger's watching that. I'm like, this guy. Church probably doesn't like that subscriber number either. Probably not, Trisk. Probably not. Yeah, that was brutal, man. I was the guy at Kroger's. Again, thank you very much, everyone, for helping out the channel. Again, special thank you to Coffee Beans. She is the scoreboard sponsor. This might be the last time I'm able to look over the scores. Let's see. The Angels leading the Rangers 3-0. Padres leading the Mariners 4-3. Zeros in Sacramento as they host the Tigers. 0 in Los Angeles. The Reds and Dodgers are tied at 0 apiece. Let's see. Red Sox defeated the Orioles 4-3. Rays over the Indians 9-0. Marlins over the Braves 2-1. Yankees over the Nationals 10-5. Blue Jays over the Twins 10-4. Mets all over the Phillies 13-3. So the Giants defeating the Eagles today 13-3. That is brutal. The White Sox defeating the Royals 7-0, and the Brewers defeating the Diamondbacks 7-5. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Appreciate it. Really, again, just clicking on the live stream helps out this little channel a lot. It really does. And, of course, a special thank you if you're able to leave a like, hit that like button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. If you're a sports fan, sports bet, or whatever. I might be covering a game where you need information on, and I'll be able to provide that for you. And, of course, if you're, again, just a sports fan in general, definitely subscribe. A lot of Pittsburgh on the channel, but I do bounce around. And, of course, I'll be doing every Steelers game. And, of course, if you're a fan of other NFL teams, you'll be able to vote on another game I do every single Sunday. 2 games every Sunday. You guys pick another one. You guys pick the one. So, again, I'll be doing the Steelers. You pick the other one. And, of course, that'll be the opposite time slot every single Sunday. That is my pitch to you guys out there that have not subscribed to the channel. Are the Indians in the playoff spot? No, I don't think so. I have to double check. I bet you the Pirates plus 1.5 and it paid out. Oh, wow. That's going to be a broken bat to short. Wynn throws to first, gets him by a step. 1 away for the Pirates. That'll bring up Liover Peguero. Peguero with 1 out here in the top of the 9th, batting .206, OPS of .678. 4 homers and 7 RBIs. And O'Brien is still in the game. Peguero, by the way, is 0 for 3. As O'Brien sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be in there for a called strike on the outside corner. Count is 0-1 to Peguero. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. 99. High in the zone. Strike 2. 0-2 count. O'Brien delivers. That'll be way outside for ball 1. I mean, that was a breaking ball that had no chance. That went back to the backstop. 1-2 counts. Let me check on that. Indians are 5 games back of the Mariners, so it's, I don't know. I mean, they're about the same situation as the Cardinals here in the NL. 1-2. O'Brien sets and fires. Breaking ball, that is outside for ball 2. Michael says, no time like the present to get your first hit of the day being a homer. I agree. Would be nice. Would be very nice. 2-2. Here is the pitch. Oh, and it plugs him. 97 on the rear end. Oh, he tried to bat flip the bat, but the umpire was right there, and he, of course, apologized. All right. Well, a little bit of life there thanks to O'Brien. I don't know if they're going to pinch hit here, but it's going to be Ronnie Simon. He's 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Fastball right there. Oh, it wasn't really on the rear. It was more on the hip. That did not feel good. Simon batting .224, OPS of .541, no homers and 6 RBIs. Runner on first, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. Cardinals, of course, leading 6-5. Here is the pitch. Checked his swing. That is in there for a called strike. Simon grimacing. That was definitely in the zone. Count is 0-1. O'Brien sets and fires. That's in the dirt. Ball 2. Throw to second, and, well, the ball got away, so I'm assuming that he's safe. And Peguero got hit in the chin. Oh, my goodness. Oh, wow. Well, Peguero's standing at second, so a runner in scoring position for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. Simon hits this left, but that is a foul ball. Pirates making it interesting here late in this one. 1-2 to Ronnie Simon. As O'Brien sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Walker has it. Peguero rounding third, heading for home. He's going to score. The Pirates have tied it up here in the top of the 9th. The Battling Bucks. Making it interesting. A sac fly would feed your family. I got you better, man. How about this? How about just a flat-out hit? A single that brings in Paguero. Or he's actually at second. That was a double. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez, batting .280, OPS of 710, 5 homers and 20 RBIs. O'Brien kicks and deals. Chopper up the middle. Throw to third, and Simon is out. Base running mistake by Simon. He was running on contact, so there's 2 outs with a runner on first. That'll bring up Brian Reynolds, who has been pretty good tonight, 2 for 4, though he does have 2 strikeouts, including a home run and a double. Ronnie Simon related, I don't know. Probably not. Hammer loves it. Michael also loves it. It's Reynolds again. He's already homered in this one. O'Brien delivers. Swing and a miss. 98 right past him. 0-1. He's batting .246, OPS of 717, 14 homers and 65 RBIs. O'Brien sets, kicks, and deals. And he hits this to left. That's going to be a foul ball. Simon's 15 minutes of fame got cut short. And wasn't even 15 minutes. 15 seconds. Michael says, go yard, kid. He's done it before. He's done it today. Right here on Dr. Delay. 0-2, here's the pitch. In the dirt, ball 1. Steve says, let's get another one here. Thank you for stopping on by, Steve. Appreciate you. O'Brien looks over at first. Comes to a set. Rocks and fires. Check this swing. Did he go? He did not. Breaking ball in the dirt. Reynolds was fooled on it earlier. Holding up there. O'Brien looks over, sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. But hey, the Pirates have pushed it to the bottom of the ninth. It's 6-6 here in St. Louis. What's going to happen? I guess we'll have to find out right after that commercial break. Of course, again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. It really does. Again, just clicking on the live stream helps out this little channel a lot. Make sure to hit that like button. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Of course, I'll be returning to this series Thursday. So definitely, again, if you're a fan of either team, if you're a fan of sports in general, definitely subscribe to the channel. Definitely do that. Definitely do that. Again, this is what I do. Of course, I'll probably be elsewhere Tuesday and Wednesday, but it's a pretty good night, though. Pretty good night. Again, I appreciate you guys for tuning on in and hopefully liking what you hear. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, definitely subscribe. Again, this is what I do. Of course, baseball won't be all that I do. A lot of football as well coming up. First football game was actually Sam Houston and Western Kentucky, and that did well. That did well for me, so we'll have to see how we approach college football going forward. Pitching for the Pirates is going to be Dennis Santana. He's 4-4 with a 2.28 ERA, a whip of a .90. He settled down. He had a rough stretch there for a little bit, but seems to be A-OK as of now. Due up for the Cardinals will be Newtbar, Wynn, and Burleson. Six for six, yep. Close this out. Randy wants the Cardinals to close it out here in the bottom of the ninth. Cards hit them with the walk-off. You sure just wants this game to end in the Cardinals' favor. This is approaching the 3-hour mark, so yeah, no, it's a long game for baseball nowadays. As we're returning to action here in St. Louis. Again, Santana on the mound. Do I play fantasy football? Yes, I do, though I'm in too many leagues, so I'm not joining anymore. I've reached my limit this year. As Santana sets to begin the bottom of the ninth. Kicks and deals. Nootbaar hits this to center. And Canario booking it, and he will make the catch for out number one. One pitch, one out. That'll bring up Mason Wynn. He's 1 for 4. That was a mistype. Oh, okay. I was wondering, I thought you were a Pirates fan, but hey, maybe I misremembered, Randy. There's a bit of a delay. I wanted the Pirates to score that run. So, okay, I got you. All right, Wynn at the plate. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit right to short. Triolo makes the catch for out number 2. 2 pitches, 2 outs. Well, geez, at this pace, we'll be in extras in no time. Bearcats playing Nebraska. Yeah, it should be a good game. I won't be covering it, though. I would if things were a little bit differently for college football on YouTube. But that's not happening as Santana sets, kicks, and deals. That'll be inside for ball 1. 3 up, 3 down, fellas. Let's go. Let's go indeed. This game's going to go to the 11th. I can feel it in my ankles. It's an interesting place to feel things. 1-0 counts. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Again, Burleson, I forgot to mention, 3 for 4 on the day. He's done very well. He has played the Pirates very well this year. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. Burleson hits this to center. Canario on the run, leaping, and that one is gone. Oh my goodness, just when you thought the Pirates might be able to win it in extras, Burleson walks it off here in the bottom of the ninth. Unbelievable. And as I just mentioned, Burleson had been playing such a great game. He'd really done well against the Pirates this year. That is so unfortunate. The ankles were incorrect, Michael. Home run here. Joseph saying L like, oh, Pirates lose. Oh my goodness, Joseph, I'm going to cry. I've never seen a Pirates loss before. It's unfortunate. Drats indeed, Sean. You did tell us, you sure? Yeah, you were sure about that. You were sure. I know. It is oh well. These bums, hey, never put money on the Pirates, you know. Cardinals, of course, 65 and 67. Pirates fall to 57 and 75. The Cardinals, again, with really the Mets winning today, they don't really make up any ground. They just kind of keep pace. They keep pace with the Mets, which is really all they could have asked for. So they're still 5.5 back. I know that's not updated. But again, thank you guys so much. Again, if you enjoyed this play-by-play, definitely, again, leave a like and hit that subscribe button for more play-by-play with Dr. DeLay. I'll be returning to this series on Thursday, and I'll be looking at the analytics and see what happens. But it's looking like I won't be here Tuesday or Wednesday like I really wanted to be, but I don't know. I'll have to look and see what's going on with the Pirates and Cardinals series. Maybe there's just a Cardinals guy that just does like amazing. So I'll have to look it up. But anyway, I'll worry about that. But it's looking like Cubs and Giants for the other 2 games, or at least one of them. So we'll see what happens. But again, I will see you guys. If you guys are Pirates and Cardinals fans strictly, I will be back on Thursday. For the rest of you guys that tune in, I'll be back tomorrow night as always. Again, I haven't missed a day since July 27th. So we're going to keep that going for as long as possible until Friday, really, because then I start my play-by-play at the high school, so we'll do that. It sucks because the Pirates had so many times. I know the Pirates had the chances and they just blew it. Let's see if I can send you guys to another area. I don't know who's really on, so let me go ahead and let's see. I don't even know if there's anybody on at all, but we'll look at it. And you guys all have a good one. Again, I'm just kind of doing a redirect, sending you guys somewhere else. Again, make sure if you do stick on with the redirect, tell them Dr. DeLay sent you, and I'll hop right in there as soon as possible. But yeah, no, again, I appreciate it. I'll be back on tomorrow night again. I assure you. That's what I'll be doing. Looks like I can only do... Well, I can do Jaguar. Shoot, I'll do Jaguar Gator. I'm going to redirect to Jaguar. Jaguar is a good guy. If you guys love football, you guys will love this guy. Of course, right now he's probably just chatting about whatever. So, all right, I will see you guys later again. I'll be back on tomorrow night. You guys all have a great one. Enjoy the rest of your Monday night. And y'all be careful out there. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. And again, I do appreciate you guys for just clicking on the live stream. That is so awesome. But I will catch you guys later.